the IMF program even before the IMF conducts the review. IMF is conducting the review in April. The Minister for Finance is already giving a judgment that we have breached the IMF program. This has never happened in the history of this country, that a minister will be happy for his country to breach when the IMF has not said so. And that should tell the Ghanaian the lamentation and the misinformation they are carrying out to the world. When a country breaches the IMF program, it has serious implications for attracting investment into the country. This Minister for Finance is appealing to investors to come to Ghana, and the same minister is telling them that the economy is bad when the evidence doesn't support what he said. Is he attracting investments, or he is driving away investments? This is not the way to govern a country. Gentlemen and ladies, the minister also talked about the $10 billion big push. $10 billion big push. And in this budget, he only allocated $800 million. $800 million to the big push projects in this budget. When they want to spend $10 billion, assuming they even average $1 billion, they increase it to $1 billion average a year, they will not even be reaching $5 billion by the end of their term. So the jobs they are promising Ghanaians, they are Sakawa jobs. The jobs will not come. They are already failing in their promise as far as the big push is concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, they talked about the 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy is supposed to incentivize industry to grow the economy. We left government with industry performing 7%. But if you look at the average industry performance from this year, 2025, to 2028, by the time they leave government, it is only 5%. Average industry growth, 5% for the next 4 years. When the MPP recorded 7% in 2024. So the 24-hour economy is another Sakawa. The jobs they are promising will not happen. The budget did not address the cost of living issues. Cost of living issues haven't been addressed. Transport fares continue to increase. The budget did not address how they are going to ensure that petroleum product prices do not increase. And once petroleum product prices continue to increase, transport fares will continue to increase. This budget did not address that. This budget did not address energy bills, electricity bills. They didn't talk about how they are going to reduce energy bills. They didn't talk about how to decrease water bills. All these bills will continue to increase, looking at the indicators that we are seeing. And we thought that having campaigned on cost of living crisis and came to power with the support of the Ghanaian people, the least the government could do was to present a budget that will address the cost of living crisis in terms of transport fares, in terms of petroleum product prices, in terms of energy bills. But even when we come to taxes, the minister announced that they are abolishing VAT on motor insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, we were already not collecting VAT on motor insurance. VAT on motor insurance was exempted. Rather, the minister was trying to be smart. They have reintroduced VAT on non-life insurance, with the exception of the motor vehicle insurance. So all other insurance, given that the penetration of the insurance industry is just 1.1%, we are so shocked that the minister will reintroduce VAT on non-life insurance, except motor vehicle insurance. So let us not rejoice over the removal of these taxes, which we expected. What we did not expect was the reintroduction of VAT on insurance. They've also increased the growth and sustainability levy from 1% to 3% for the mining sector and extended the sunset period from 2025 to 2028. When you heard the minister talking about growth, he said that the growth was influenced by the extractives.
That's a lie.
And so, how can you tax a sector which is giving you growth? The sector that is giving you growth is the sector you want to go and tax. This is not good for industry. This is not good for economic growth. And this is not good for the development of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, betting tax that they said they have abolished. We never collected betting tax. We never implement the betting tax. So to come and tell Ghanaians that you have abolished something that was not implemented is to deceive the people of Ghana. My brothers and sisters, they are talking also about gold board. It's important I address this. The gold board, as you heard the minister talk about, is to be financed from the budget. The minister is allocating $279 million to the gold board. We have never funded the gold purchase program or gold for oil program from the budget. It's never happened. And so to fund the gold board from the budget, in our view, is just to put in money to be benefited by NDC cronies. It is to create loot and share. The Bank of Ghana was funding the gold for purchase program from a revolving fund, and therefore it did not affect the taxpayer. Now you have a gold board which is going to rely on the taxpayer. We think that this is create loot and share, and we will resist it. Let me also say that the women banking that they said they were going to set up, they have allocated a paltry sum of 50 million Ghana cedis, 51 million Ghana cedis, 51 million Ghana cedis, and the capital requirement is 400 million for banks to be set up. So what are you telling Ghanaian women? Even when you have your vice president being the first woman to occupy that position, we are throwing dust in the eyes of the Ghanaian people, particularly our women who really need all the support we can provide to them. Let me add also on free senior high school program. Free senior high school program is so important for Ghanaians. The NDC, as the minister said, indicated that there is no dedicated funding for free senior high school. That is not true. That is not true. The free senior high school program is funded from the goods and services component of ABFA. That is how we have funded free senior high school. Now he is deciding to uncap GET fund with the view to using the uncapped amount to fund free senior high school. But GET fund is for infrastructure. GET fund is used for infrastructure. Free senior high school is mostly about goods and services. And this is why we applied the goods and services component of the ABFA to fund free senior high school program. Very soon, Ghanaians will see whether they can provide sustainable funding for free senior high school. These are all attempts to come back and tell Ghanaians that it's difficult to fund free senior high school, and therefore parents should pay. That is what they are trying to do. But we will expose them anytime they try to do this. Also, the agenda, we had a dedicated funding source for it. We were funding it with the CAPEX component of ABFA allocated to GIF. The minister is taking that money from GIF. He has indicated that GIF will no longer have that money, which means that there will not be any dedicated funding for Agenda 11 projects, and which means that the president does not intend to complete these projects, which are needed badly by our people in all the districts across the country. They are also talking about allocating some money for nurse allowance and teacher allowance. We thought he would have commended the NPP government. After they abolished nurse allowance and teacher allowance, we brought it in. They are continuing with it. and they are allocating money towards it, and they want to take credit for this. This cannot happen. If you recall, the Minister for Education said teacher training allowance was no longer going to be viable. But the Ghanaian people, led by we, the mighty minority, we chastised them. We condemned that attempt to end teacher training allowance. And this is why they have chickened out. And instead of admitting to the Ghanaian people that they've gotten some sense from the mighty minority, they want to take credit for that. I thank you very much, but I want to assure you that this is just preliminary response. Tomorrow, we have a major press conference to give a comprehensive response. It is not going to be for girls. It's going to be for all Ghanaians, all the Ghanaian people. Thank you very much. So this budget is called what? Ndada budget. Ndada budget.
Okay, former Finance Minister Dr. Miranda Masema Obekaye, ne tofa boom and say the Eura Finance Minister Dr. Ato Forsen Ebekaye no Obwa. Nti the opesa o chire nyina ne say the Obekaye nyina Obwa. Eye hurudu rada sem na eye mfuturu anu omutu ede agu Ghana for ani Ama ni so aye BC basa ndada budget and oba ebe kan. Afi no abekan ho high original 91.9 FM and afi original television. Adwene Kasa Jumadi so no asungo mi pacho medin de kwaku owusu agye pato RSM Kofido loss no but ye kai wo say Omni Basic Bank o bank na enyini chain bank bia o bank na wama banka aka nyina gba dada no eno ho asem ne yeka no ne yeka mfoma obi opese okora ne sika bia na sisi de fenefo fraba e kan se Omni Basic Bank oje so not just another bank if you say yagunam kwan bebre so eboa ama banking eye krabehwe Omni Basic Bank eye banka eye abefo banka Aba 7 preduasa Paul Amantema ocha di kamfo oye koto fofra wa bansuo mu a 7 preduasa koto dada nyina atwa ne prusi ene Omni Basic Bank, the fastest growing bank in this country and the coolest bank. Afi yama banking ama kaya krabesha ma sisi womwa womni skabeto Omni Basic Bank nyina eni agisa Continue your cow say, yeah, banking no 24/7. And bribia obebiano. And in a map for council and obedience also. It's not just another bank. A chese, yeah, the confidence stronko, and a nije stronko, minshe stronko, at the ababishim, at the minshe. Charlie, at the abishim, and about womi. The abishim woke minshe Omni Basic Bank woke minshe ni bi fani wo fe woke minshe eba womi. In fact woke the abishim ye kofi the abishim woke womi the ashim ti bomodin say Obama Omni Basic Bank aye banks on Kwama. So not just another bank means banking with confidence and excitement, knowing that your bank is extraordinary. Friend was 030706 Tobo numbers the Union Bobokra 0307086000 and 0302758555 0800 100 970. Omni Basic Bank. It's not just another bank. Not just another bank. I think so. Ya breja shishe ano. Ya maja shishe. Adie bia de yem shishe ba. Ebema sebi. Obi timiti se. watisika menka say be a big push ya be akwagye mbusia e de akwakọ start business bi wo de akosi manufacturing plant bi e kina obete yesi eja tom. Imagine what will happen to you. Touch wood. Obesi yesi eja tom. Na uni kwan bi abetimi afa so adija ebetu obi ti ya pe otimi emini hwe no ato anana monte do. Say Carbon foam compound technologies ye de niema foforo bi abadwa so na de ade foforo bi abadwa so ya aqueous foam compound ya eno no de ye ne say ye di dumja se jana sha ase pe ne akamwa ye de peto so pe ne jana pe ne ba bi afa nti say manufacturing plant and I say mining sector na wo and I say oil and gas sector but more so be na aqueous foaming foam ni bi na ebeboa papa jano so na obi a obe se odum no abekọ no betena asan so wachi da bi yanam abe for kwan so innovativeness ya hyehyehye da bia ye sesem da bia ye ne foforo da bia ye dane no da bia ye sesem your facility no so cool to me say crabeshe pa state of the art facility you want sawama do agiri aqueous film foaming foam compound no yeah the chair food and drugs authority sorry yeah the chair you can't say Ghana Standards Authority say wow you can the stamp basis so Ghana National Fire Service for also yes I want more this stamp see so keke wo mu wi am say da bi yen so djuma ye die ni say edumja enti ye be yan kase be tobi afrim ho Nigeria Standard Organization for also so tiase wo mu tiase wi ya ana Nigeria Federal Fire Service for also say yen so ye be tobi the afrim ho so these two are our clients and a bulk oil storage and transportation limited bust for so ejetumu and I think so one more clients na Bui Power Authority for you and your money din house so tibo modern na send your email info@kaborifoam.com and our friend 0244514048 and I say 0245 885288 and I say info@kaborifoam.com and your website I call bit me nya honsem ahodo p na wati. Now back to the budget. Na free cyber kopum say bebo no num apemu. That is the conversation we are going to have. We are going to have a serious conversation. In fact, be cutting deep to say there or finance minister say or more ama expenditure deep cut no. Nti sanso ana be cut it through budget no say o musi e nti say de ye de sekan a nam ne san de ahyejam ne de atobatam you can imagine say de be see and ye in two phases ye ne subject experts for bidding komo na fe so no ya the political aspect of it nti subject matter experts for any on bidding komo no ye ne o bidding komo kovi yewura your friend is saying osabute ono ankasa ebeba betenam no abeboa it said de bia we see eboaye no na afi ebenya opani ba konso so a ono nso so akwadare wo finance mu akwadare wo energy mu asanso akwadare de akanyina emu obeboaye ama yetimi adi nkomo akoye nti ye your friend is saying we are near the political side of it. So Roger T.D. Wells, economic financial analyst, na fe was also a business strategist, na fe or energy expert, na fe Dr. Daniel Osabute, economist and a senior lecturer with the Accra Technical University. Benifweni and better translating we are na Yura Emmanuel Adote and era Marawadi so about share the political aspect of it. Of course, also so can be also so bebu sa the odwen e de efa. So now Kofi answer na member so ami ashase edi nkomo no. Let us see how it went. He said ya born tofa. Nti budget presentation no say they see call and ebi no team no yeah resetting of the economy the Ghana we want. Resetting of the economy, the Ghana we want. Well, nti yanko na yɛhwɛ kyɛ sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛka bom ni ahwɛ kwan betumi afa so a yɛbɛsesa ama economy no asi akɔyie. We will build we will abolish the betting tax and e-levy. Kofi Hono will no and me interested. I am happy about the fact that it's been mentioned, but we will abolish we want to interrogate it. Say finance minister our budget we will abolish her. We'll get the subject matter experts to explain. So we will. So how long is it going to take? Ansana or more process? How long?
It started in Parliament, so it was some more abolished. So that process,
So we will look at how long it is going to take. And I feel so to say the Dr. Amin betting tax and so or say Oman implement it.
Into Oman your core bunch and on your news no obi say odi 100 your man 85 this is can
okay, so only words against
why would the youth be saying say this can
okay, so we will find out we will find out how it happened. Media dream say national lotteries and I'm say Samia Ukuka say or more the omunyan say implement here. But then boys now, investors now,
yes,
well, more boys and investors no, we will find out. At least we have not less than 28 or 29 investors. Oh, you fear boys ni guess ni baby. But mo je odds. Oh ha over. Me odds wo. Me see we there. Mama pension to move farm there. Aha. Let's go. Yansan Kobio. What again? The a war. We will abolish emission levy and we say tax in so VAT on motor vehicle insurance. VAT on motor kind of motor. VAT on motor vehicle insurance. VAT on say I can't VAT on motor vehicle insurance policy. So we stay with us. You bet we say you kind of say road tolls to be reintroduced but technology driven. No make I say openingwa yedinako road ministry no. Yeah vetting no. This is what he said. Ntimijidi said or the policy no the kwan obefa so aye no akọkire finance minister aka ho ka ya beba nyina ma aban no agiatum. That is what this means. We'll look at it. We'll have a conversation. I think so young share there aka road tolls no they say yeah but obi nkotena ho ntete ticket said the woman no and then we will cut wasteful expenditure. We will cut wasteful expenditure. Not just a car ye boam faso bia ni so no sika niama ya de eka hunu and de bre nyina no wo mo ebehwe no mo akati. So we will look at which of these things that are buying because your force expenditure na they are buying spending wo ho bia no de sebi ebeko Ghana for nyina mwa na say timamfo mo. So if people are wasteful
describe this idea
we'll take a look. Will be in fact you're interrogating you now. But yanko circle KB nyako KB nyako KB nyako was circle no kasa sisi
circle yaba be piem ha say eye photosanfo eye budget do beto Ghana for anim no we ye to bebre e de afi ho na emo ne ode abasese no eye roto na no ne abapiem e wo circle say ye ne omanfo ba na yaba be dim komo ne abisa eye driver for ne say eye reintroduction of roto no ade o mani je ho ana say nya na me saka driver for ne bi e wo me nchen ma me ne omo ending komo minua me ma akwa
meje wo so fara
wo de ma mi nso mu
pam chopa
we driver na
me ye tro driver
wo driver kwa
me kota kura de takwa me ko ba bia tobutu no yetwa tobutu no driver fo twa man eye ma ye pa ba o mu yi tobutu no front tobutu no de tobutu ma ye front de enya mayen ete kayen kwa driver fo de a o mu fa tobutu no mra na ye ntwa to na ni hu se oma ye to oma ni mo no adwuma sei na driver fo so because driver fo ye no kama bia mai bibi sei ni obia eno ade atwi kasa no mo de eti pa no mo de aba de ye hia se tobutu no beba Simple of that, Emma drivers.
Okay.
So Tobutu meti Tobutu nase mo man say. Emfa so no ebeba ma oman no. But omo yi Tobutu ni free wa. Esa ameye hu se de e koso. Na ese omo change aba esa to omo esa emfa mai. Eti Tobutu de ye hia Tobutu no drivers. Seka drivers, no prestige drivers, ye hia Tobutu.
Me da say driver ba ko na wote ne kan akran so akran ba che drive kwa ifa
Mko Kaswa.
wo kwa ifa Kaswa se Kaswa kwan so roto e wo so ye de aba na uhu ni sai
Oh, roto ni de because so we yi dem bebre afi ho. Nti sa ne ma na oyi abandada no de ne ma bi hihye na otwa to butu no. Nti so no abana so no so yiefo na so de to butu no ba ya de papa. Ye hia ne se sika ne ba me ba bo man no. Se sia school fo for the school feeding fee ni ade yina ho. Nti sa ne ma yina ba e beboa ama yen so so e ho atoy. Nti obutu de. Oh yeah, you okay.
Ma me nko so say me ne ebinum won ya adwuma ha nso bedi nkomo na mbabisa ba ko driver ba ko nie ma me ne mpacha gina yie mpacha wo drive kwa yimfa Kaswa roto no ye de aba back hu ni sen
o to ni de do da band enye obi ti Islegon o te Trazaku o ntwato ye Kaswa ye kwanye ye ni etwato as Islegon Trazaku sprinters o mo kwanye but o ntwato eti sa dia wanya ne te se de kwetwa income tax uko ebie yi a ubetia 50 cedi we betia say ene be mo bia atwa bi na mo ye ne one side enye asisie o
u fi se ba na mo dia ba na am favor mo driver
enye emwa go ebi twa bi ebi ntwa bi obi ro du kwa Kaswa to win bo ntwa to obi ro du Kaswa to win bo ntwa to ba me kwa se
within ayi no nkran ye say di bi eba esa
anti wanya ne te say income tax ebie yi a uko twa road rate na de aka ho ama to sika 50 cedis and 100 cedis anu na ye se wo ka so ye ne sa de ebi betwa ebi ntwa bi
uni ahun so wa no be we ya driver now a mate
e ba cho me driver ni
we ya driver ni wo drive afin ne ko hifa
e ba cho Kaswa tu
okay roto number say na wusi ebeka
to ni de ye ntia se kire se na de ha ni se asem ni nyina e ba ni se ye de union for no mo driver for no because da chi bia ba kokora usisi chia uni bibia o ma na diska ne de egu o mo ho ti ama ye bre wa ha pa ko driver ni ba kokora oni ayi snake bia e ba afeso a no akwayi 1.5 2 million no the amount na we say owia no sen be kan so sa asem no so high enti aban ha driver for any union ye ntem e wo de ye ntia se de but yen so ye de ye kan say aban ni union kasa na driver ni onya snake nto
okay on the ni security na ope oh yeah driver now we mate
Oh, me a driver ni.
oh yeah driver o driver akwa hinfa edba ha
Circle to Kaswa.
Circle to Kaswa yeah the roto number send na obeka
Oh, be there be jitumpa say roto na ba here. Nemo Kaswa ye face traffic because of roto no. Nti me some bet me aye hu bibi ananse bia o bet me dey call enum kakra ma ya nka beboa. Koto ne dey my traffic too much. Say ejuma no so ko share traffic mu say na we see fuel. Afi untumi nko ni bebre. Oh, go bet me share second Kaswa, bet me travel 4-5 hours and so be kwa ba because of the toll. Nka omunya di call e chika krama ya nanka ya biemu. Oh, afi ya nya no say electronics.
Tres in obey me o see electronics but I don't know or start implementation or the aba also the aba
oh yeah chairman say na so
me imagine is manual ni dey moa
ba na the aba ne
dey na meka because the me imagine there roto no ye the two another form of isu ageye obiti Islegon or you so asphalt but the whole year on to roto to throw me na metia it is any person so need na ko free what do you say they be on a asphalt so from Islegon to Tema of course I 1 year on to roto but me na me trotro na me ko meko Kaswa metia me ba metia me ko metia enti saban pe kwan foforo bi mom like roadway te na bibi na the tuso na obi atua bia me to me no me ne be gi chen sai
Papa ni say easily going to Tema. Na easily going to Tema. When I got you say route to no mutia. But the issue is that Abani say road to no de bano. Obe na abe for kwan so. Nti enya de a ye be kwa to santene ten. Ena nyina ye hwe ni mu se ombe kire yen sa technology no mo de be ye no ko ombe fa so aye no. Because almost say technology driven there. Ombe anything. We have was samples to be around a bit media want to do so. University of Ghana, Omu be honoma, and no won't go to Kano, Uncle Gina, a friend saying, Santa, Udu Hona system no. It's answer what to ya at the to whom you are identify.
You know what the government has to do as anyone yano. Omo enhwe kwan befa so ombechrim.
That's it.
And said the finance minister Sikana Sem no say na okanya no oje say sector ministers nankasa no beba be your money no if you were listening I was na many mu edin komo na me ka say owie budget na because budget no ye nkrofo inputs niam a wo de call say na hwe na ye mai Yewura roads minister wona de koma no what does it entail? What then a woman call na and I said make sure say ube engage media na public no.
Yeah.
Now one may atiase there or mo beye ede afa so that sembisa binum wo mu ana se bibia o a be hwa betimi ahwe na yedi nkomo so that people will really understand what you mean by obeying technological means there.
Na technology no. Most of the cars now mo for nyina private ones near there. So I'm trying to think about and picture how they will do the truck.
We don't underrate a man for any when it comes to say you say yeah near ma be a wadwen be o say obetimi a normal so wadwen be bu say a lot of people are not tech savvy. But, no, I understand. It is true. I mean, it's a fact.
Yeah.
Say a normal say wadwen be or say nkrofo and yet tech savvy. But what the wadwen call so obetimi because and then nkrofo kuta phones. Kofi to travel you nkrofo more account or social media accounts to say TikTok and how they even understand it better.
Yeah.
What to them general say? Uber now na send you voice note. Be a uncle school crowd that need a kaka home. If you ever say Virginia ye mammy, but oh your man about whom you know pet, you be one to say obey who can be faster. But also let us understand. We have to know the open kind of faster obeying. Obey. Untina minority so didn't need a buy.
Minority for the patu. The American fa honorable Amina Dam say a bli
and our bomb
press conference no be because what catch and say Yamia do my china Mubetu Mubo address the press into open tema by address president and I
4 taste of glory divine. Says so
because
from medical
we no cancer I say yes Adwene Kasa
to be see
Adwene Kasa ya and no cancer obetu no bo na commercial documents no more they are compared notes. Never don't mind engage the press and the press will be asking questions. But we say no more address we are not
okay.
That
is the reason here. Debi aya me kase. Ye free home journalists, the free home media practitioners no. Say ye good gatekeeping job. Enema bebria ekoso ya obi fo so obetimi aka no afa no wadi no and tanko so beba ne saa because you say mpempi no say ya na ye media for no ye ma ho kwan ama bi wo ha no ama waja kwan say o be fire nti nipa ne ba ya o ma me flow o ya ukobusa no kwacho o ma me flow nti wo no we a good gatekeeper making sure say umie pono no am obi am fa de bia am wani panu bia nkogu abonten so it's okay you may want the per se microphone politics as usual nti chichem ti say de na ye microphone a wo mote sa nsemi no mase wo makosia mo ti emi won komo na ye misa questions no et say microphone ye pese ye pe bibitie. That is what we are supposed to do because Kofi the ama de na yehu na say na me dwen ho say bedru time bi no ya hwe ya traditional media no ebekọ anase batenko but unibinti covid de o say ye ne say ujama nkrofo to nwura no gumu a na wo waba what them chena say their own kuta phone the only the okuta phone nyina no benya opportunity na wo watch them say one sanitize it one fan show trim say obeye sa adwuma na abe sanitize niam nkrofo to gum kwano a Ghana need to ko ba bia me Ghana me hwehwe the Ghana we want and this is for kano me no me for say what say ne say the Ghana we want should be Ghana nipa dodo no a te de ekoso ase na nipa kra ye de adwuma hye ne nsa no obehunu say ente se kane a utimi tugum ekono
na ko bebe no enti e was say the opposition and the ruling government in Yunehun says, and when you are coming to address Ghanaians, I was say, would Jenny Conkin Pa, Sa 1996, 98, 2000 politics now. Oh, Mammy Kokabim Gum, you're free. You say, oh, you're not any panel for phone, any panel air check it. And you know, Mimi Nyan can nano. Minority Adwene Kasa. Then tomorrow they will come back prepared with document. Now then we can look at the document now. Honorable Atofos in the Bible. They are compared because no honorable Amin Adam no onye nipa wasa o or you be a wa hold the position now Atofos and hold do peno. And this all come wasam na kasa budget ni nyina ye nada. One kasa reputation no. Ufani serious and answer won't find serious.
Well, so until say COVID ubenya nyina so akase de oka say ye na da ni nyina no oboa no you cannot impugn reputation your friend saying issues wa say sana me imagine me said the no buy so obeka say almost because the oka ye nyina say omo kan say nso say na tie omo kan say nso say na tie omo kan say until say obi
baby o me de me gina so ni say omo kan ne sa no de omo kan na ete sa no
wa obeba be ka say de all kan no or the oguni hu animas no wa obeka sa asem no you should be able to say the finance minister kan eni ene de wonso kan eni ntini de ma wo de no say wo se oboa no eni
the American in say, won't me for be document prepare a whole minute.
No, but if you listen to him,
what about say, Nina,
did you?
I listen.
No, you listen. If you listen to him, said the one cabe no. Said the one cabe no. Yes, I know Obia.
But I don't expect Obia. Why a minister of?
But Kofi, there is nothing. Which particular issue?
What do some pompons want to pay?
I admire. I like the way you are interrogating it. But
betting as me. But I am in the news. We are quite wanting to be a man for a cassette. Betting no yet. And I walk say, and I know, Mete, I mean, Ukuka say, almost started tax and so moje. You heard what Emrantian and Maba one can Ukruma. Emrantian Kasa be yet young. Ye call an unknown so almost a yet young. And this as a minister, why a minister of finance? Ama dear, I will say my auntie companies at that's what no more can have a gas a man who quasi a man for 10 a month for
I know you 1 point.
What I'm talking about
1 point, but the make to so that it doesn't look like Sebin Prediasa Ugo be who feel yes say. Oka said the Obeka no bri ne bono. What be also Ujina bibi so. In fact, the Oka saw Kase Yente and Oak be so more mutual lotun so. Omunsu so be catch us or Munsu de no monte. Udi lotun so monte. Nti no patch say aban emfanya adwuma. Nti say obi foforo de aye adwuma. Then we can probe into it and ask say nti omo ano omote no omote hifo na na etie no. No omote de coin.
Nti pato me de nti na was a finance minister. Ultimate na say. Na manfo te ade a.
That be no finance minister no. Or no finance minister. No finance minister no. Per the okano. Bibia nya man ho a kire say eye betting tax.
Nti want to man nya reso for papa no.
Well,
because you're the Ghana pesa show us as so my Anna yet say yet a betting tax in this animal. And you are telling us and they say there was nothing like that. But the Ghanaian people complain. I'm out for the
maybe you don't.
I'm out for the politics.
You are only bent
What
on
did you say that time?
That because say womo eti omo no. Womo ti omo no. Omo ti de ko hin. I say because ha na ma we no say eti ase say yeti omo ampa. Why the mechanism ben na aban no dey two in place. Ye de ti omo no. Womo ti omo de ko hin fa. So that we will come back to Yewra we friend say I mean under catch and say sa de we yesi ya yes we see aban implement it. Nti ye dan na ne yeti nkrofo binom so that we can have a proper conversation. Anyway, that's it's okay. Young court na yane oh I Momo Association papa here. David me David Mensa out to me car.
It's on Capaida.
Bibia boko there.
I'm at Daroma, Lemon Pie Boy.
And attach you for one, I'm at it down.
After the pan. And I am here, say, and there I've done a transaction over 80,000. Am I at me 706 as 11 answer? Meaning, say, on the year for so I can make Kaka. And can make 2-3 days, baby, and I reflect in Anka. Me 700 cities I come with.
And knowing say or almost be abolition. Say almost say they will abolish it, no. They now be going forward. Robert trying until it is abolished and say what was so and now obey what Juma copim timer. You be who say I reflect it.
11 maybe I shall say me cassette yes because it was like as a chrono bank Kasa.
Okay, a hono common idea, but the mention said the okay na me bisa say going forward. Says ya who say was in a wire transaction over 80,000. Yeah,
80,000.
Yeah, best 700.
It was just one transaction, just once.
One transaction.
All
right.
And 11 years 700 cities.
Okay. So say I want who's almost on bet no. On bet year free hono. A free na call copim so bet say reflecting there na beka. There na be.
Oh, say reflect yeah, then say I reflect. That's what we were all praying for. We even as an association gave the government alternative tax options so that because we knew the e-levy was not the way to go.
Okay.
You understand?
So I want us to be as forward looking as possible because they say there so much year free. There are one year let's look forward. There may be some say process being na wo hwe animu say what say aban efa so that a contem amana say almost they will abolish it. I mean you say because I am mara a cofa parliament it should go through the same process and say na year free. Then I will catch on say animu ye on ben in tema me enim.
Yes, we are hoping some ben in tem because from when they said they were going to charge the e-levy to when they really did it took 3 weeks for it to be implemented. 3 weeks after Parliament approved that e-levy should be charged, it took 3 weeks. And to the fact next month by this time, no more giant here. Now businesses are collapsing most of them can, revamp and start their businesses all over. Because the e-levy was not for all of us. And the Bonpa said Bosome, at least Bosome, now parliamentary processes was a cum, the beer was a firm and no my area. Yeah, boy, yeah, say e-levy no muntibi.
And say we know what does it mean to business and more business no?
It's very good for business. Very, very good for business. As a very key player of the Momo industry, what I realized is that the government couldn't even realize what he wanted to realize. They said, and then answer went here, there were so many loopholes. And it was so far, so be better in this scam will be on a betting into on yet.
All right. They are all kind of say e-levy wasn't entirely bad, Anna.
It was.
But wasn't that loopholes, womb?
Baby. And I mean, people avoided the e-levy, A lot of people avoided it. People were not, because they knew what they were doing, They were not actually, paying the
But now or suggestion be say nka yebetimi implementing better na.
Oh yes, not like implementing the 11. No, me 11 there from the word go. No,
it was a no for you.
No for
all
us.
right, okay.
It's
so
just like putting money in your pocket. I use scanner through bottom.
Okay.
You scanner swat it.
Okay.
It doesn't work like that.
Until that for Momo operators.
All right. And then that Omanpenini finance minister Nasi because not to say Omuni BCI and Omu invite and we put it on the table for them that this was one of our concerns as an association, and they've listened to us as a body and then done something about it. This was all we wanted for a listening government. Problem no, and yet to a cast or they now I in certain things. Into no way, no one say, or be shy and near the moon come say, Senyamina Domnas or Bedia or Behe. And then he has gone, as with Dimi Bosch, so, and Yaji.
All right.
And he says, I was say, call back to the table. Maybe Adwene Kasa, you decided on answer, yes, other alternative sources are the government can rake in more revenue. And no, now businesses are happy, the government is happy, Ghana is the final winner.
All right. So you better ask papa. Said David Mensa Kovinka Nanka ya pay somebody from gaming commission and I say almost ask so that we find out. I say sir your friend is saying betting tax no saying na is it because sir we na acquire adeni implement it on them channel we see me so yetime until not dear na ewum who them channel say also want implement it until any kwan say obabeka say wa abolish it. Well I am munde mokom de ntia obi betimi aka say wa abolish ni say okoje to me krata free parliament and as okoje to me every parliament say o the better tax no so implement you why implement you so be kase obe year free wa the nipa no will have to go through a process to abolish it because once mrabe touching kwande it has to be abolished mrano was 2 minutes touch it say ubetimi atena was ye free on ye say ene also that ochina obi ankwankofa baby ankwanko but one claim say not yet wo no one one yes na uyeti omo no no kra na te se de na yagim wachinya no kra na why na what here
wonim say ade we hu hia wo beti obi ukohye ho mra ye den
eno bia ye
enti no se wo hye mra ni wi na amanfo kasa wote na cement mu a ukohye mra ni
okay so kovia wo mra bebre wo Ghana ha say dobnada I am telling you ye mra wo Ghana ha bebre wo
but who say we sikasem ena he was talking about Ghana for a year, dear, Wuskasem, and a levy, and this are betting when you name say, may you be a master for Chachaso, Timen but about Tanawa and Qualaye, I'm not telling him about 1 year in young whisker. And who said, there is yet 2 or 3 why
there is a whole hypocrisy. There is a whole hypocrisy about. Sa betting tax no yeah even in Crawford wo edi your friends and come off ho kra no bebre o ha me hunu de ompese o mo kire e bi say you know the morally I was say wo mo de to na can say a discouraging Crawford say ombekwa akwa den ombekwa akotwa chacha anade sa niema no me hunu say oman ya hunu ni say we ye nkrofo kwan nkrofo fa so nya income na say wo say income no yetua ho e friend saying taxa ye mfa ne sa ne mpe kwan be fa so e beje tax no say aye moral ana anya moral no you wo pa mo fa nkoka send tax ho
very good na but ma me fa asem montum ze nyina anim se krumu aye we obi a wo ne fa ahodie se ne obetimi ni gidi a wo so ope
ntino
say sorry o said den o nti se wo na wo ye asori koni na se me de chacha me nto a obi na sorry empo
and we
have
a lot
that,
of apart from religion traditionally your tradition near religion near way of life a frowning on chacha
very good
but I quite say e kan ye mrantia the emra bi o ha mrantia ya wo chacha
but no be so be so say chacha nye enso say ye to chacha ko US
ahulele ni nyina
emratia ba sa manfo ye enti chacha tia say obeto chacha ye to chacha ko US eno no so fo mpa ma o say wo chacha ya wo ko to ye mfa na ko US na no enti ye nya sa events ye dada ye nunu ye ho
so ni nyina ye nkomo a e wo se yehwe na yedie ni nyina ye nkomo a e wo se yehwe na yedie na ehunu ye ho ye wura naba ya ene ne betena se badansa na ye mati for emrem bi ese efa so far de wo mo atie say no mo fili mo fo de mo se atadwufo wa wo mate de ne. How about you? 0200-854-255 radio 0200-854-255 na TV so sa nti frɛ na kyerɛ wadwen ene de watie wate de ana asen ne sitie me ba cho ba abonitaw na yenko yebesa ne yebebie phone lines no 3 times. First one ye ba cho di ni fa kwa free
Pato.
yes sir
Where only abema on God forever account.
On God.
Taw. We heavy. Mo go joma Ghana. Pato. And again ni bia tim sem de. Pato de pa na yensa kan. Me bet. Pato me twa bet. E boa me. What I say, me bet I project bia. Pato em bet an kan me say me mat joma kwa na me yes God is that there.
On God. Ucha ya eto.
Yeah, 10%.
Yeah, 10% no. Almost say what observe a tax ben.
I told me that one say.
Do be want to sika free so.
Yeah, me di Ghana. One day I tell you at 10 cents so let me see what they take so. What I say, I'm a side of everybody crash as no as o mo ti ache. Into pato, I do it na higher pa.
Oh, highest on God, highest where the pa say.
Pato me di 17,000.
17,000 o mo ti say.
I want to be 3,000 something.
17,000 o mo ti be 3,000. E ma ne ba be say.
About 14 about 13,000 na coins be so.
That is almost more than 3,000 crowd. Anyway.
Pato, can I say this can notify at the Pato?
So it means that Adebi Ayra or say to me who what it really is. Intini na berena edin commode. On God that as so free. 0200-854-255. We a friend saying there be a ton of pain. Minum you ni ntwabi ntie hunu de twam. But you din fa kwa free.
Dutchmond is Kasa La Paz.
La Paz, who's your friend saying?
Dutchmond.
Okay, mean to me more. Yanko.
All right. Pato we dey me that's no juma power we dey. Me kakra me so work can say about concerning tax no. I think say channel mo twem nenye. Denti am make asa ne say. Ye wonye me de biledu wo ho a e wo see leaders no mo ye. Omo nye no. Sa tax the Russia bala December. Oko food shop so kuto eduane a go ba be no ofie kwa otua tax. Over South Africa there was something called tender. Abani ma sika ebu ekuyafo edumayefo emumunuma yeden. So no betime tua tax for the nation. South Africa for ntu kwan san yeni but Ghana for ye two kwan ko South Africa ko pay jumaye ejuma na ye hwehwe wo man the main reason why youth we are depending on bet is because we need money ye here juma but ye nyadi
they say the big push about 10 million say the 800 million cities 10 billion
Pato,
yeah the 800 million cities yes
Pato che no cre ka eye na bi before ye mpe no cre ka hwe sa sika 10 billion ni na eyo but ejo be no mu di bie
no but oh you go and assess it now oh the akobie wo adwuma
Share pato. Share and all share investors able money why. Investors over money in if you are on neighbor. Number 2, yen leaders esan kwabo besia esan the ball money. Sanyemo way ni men kan wunya. Share cars, share anya say bia me against bia the rich. But import and export. Pato bi hu asem kokra ni campo. But no quite the ni say that tax no ebo man no.
Nti wo de nka ebeya nka
ya abolish ebeya nka tax no me ntwem.
Okay, me da sepi. Usu di ni the same na dachi mi
ko di ni Dutchmond. Me va try.
Yo, mate Dutchmond. Dutchmond. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Me ba cho di ni fa kwa free.
You tell me how far, Mr. Ablikuma.
Yo, you too.
Back in the year, you because you can better. I'm with you on 10% in paper.
Okay.
But in
the oh, matter will be paying.
How much in the paying?
Yeah, now, almost the same tax need the same.
At least, would be better 1,000. Could me better be 100 cities be an answer 200 cities.
By now, almost trust there, and I won't indicate it.
Almost sure. Say, I still betting tax.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but I said, I'm program FFA.
Yeah, that's it. Sani any tembia, and Tino tembia, catching a fufro. Say, Annie, and transit.
Oh, me show pa.
That's it. Sani Beno. BBNC, yes, at 27 years. Kovi into the hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Hi,
but you didn't for quite free.
Make a coffee. I'm going to be a friendly gentle.
Gentle, you too.
Oh, and then maybe I get
okay.
Yeah, if you say, Momotas now, we hear the who say a ye at the cat be power where you finish. If you say, why you do now, do take a maybe a taxi driver to Cano Unya or the Kakrabi at two phones. Now, why only a what now, oh, send na a ye Papa, you know, no, I didn't.
Why didn't dear?
Yeah.
You know, o stress omunhwena omunye nintemna nhya se nya adwuma ne ya
omunye nintemna jese menya na nka ya ochena na nka sha se na business dey akoso na eyi my farmers so no bibi mai mu ha no akwala on go school da kura no oni ebru edia utu form na wo se ofa ebru for ese for ma obetimi dia che form utu amana na osi body on fa body si amana no ka ya nyano guwa obetimi aye inti denti na yetu epuwa agriculture mari patch na bibia computer nti o bon computer ho a e je sa wo de hu ni
all right
welcome nti mo mwa na ko eduma no
na me shower no na me enkonkrofo mpanifo susu etrim because you can't have the kind of arable land that you want na a community means ha emfa last call kofi hello
Pato
yes sir
from chief
who free
you free kwabenya
chief etio
yeah me probably say better me the make community program because so we free so we eduma let's say what is get to see no could travel let's say 10% amini program because it's all kuto muta o pese on fa kwan so na mboa
no correct
e kwan na na de ama what dey but me program ko ni say me ko shop and I'm got washing machine, yes, sir. Me, I'm not finished 3,000 and I got washing machine. me ko levy gusun ko masa almost 600 Ghana shillings. Adding.
That just say you could have bought it less. You could have cost you less. Bianca, 3,000 cry.
Yeah. But me was on page mama me akasa na matiti mo ruma na my bedroom. Me private business. Oh. And me akasa my bedroom. E ti be nka mo nkechi adwuma. E ma ye ne enye. Nti ya na mo taxi e. Ko bia no ni pro. Oh, I mean my pastor bedroom. Na me ko pa dia ko pa. Mo se mo de tax free na do so me kwa. Abekwa na ka mo kase se. Adwene taxi that's what coming to.
That's it.
Coming to.
Chief, you have better answer, Kofi. So that is it. Anya nipa be 4-5. Actually, say taxes no. One more. Aye, but the way I wouldn't say yet no. I know. Say okay. All sense and training. Yes, sir. Yeah, when you say be out. Yeah, that be one kasa
me nim cry me nim
yeah.
Me nim. And the na
Juni head.
Debbie. Me loto kromo de mam cry na ya na mrefi. Nti me sa de no me interest
in carry.
Debbie.
Obi ama hwe ma ama yente
but unse ya no mu hu ya omunim se adwuma we no ya omu no baba
beti aka bia mamo omu we say ni de
very good nto hia wo obedi nkomo a chew se de be ya obete nase no we di sa nkomo nti that is what they tell us nti no eye pa se asem na ba nti se na wo kan ye nhwe mu mbisa
but you know utie Ghana for pa on mpempi no enye taxes na ye tie no ehun problem no omu wo mpempi ya na Ghana forward the tax na ye de ye emfaso e woso mayen ana ya na ye hawo send me a wote me tax na wote me no di msunsanso mi nsunsanso a mi hunu no because say wote taxes bia tax na at the end of the day ye be catch them say ye lose be $3 billion to corruption each year. No mabusa senti wotete sampe kwan bi so edi wiana wote dem janase na wakwa akwa sika de free IMF for no mo kira o de ya Kofi enya nika anyway thanks for coming ya nane ya homra ya dane ya hoba afi ya ni wo mo a wo mo enim eye sikasem ne niam etete sa no ho nko ebedi nkomo na ya komu ye wi afi ya ne abjafo ya wo mun susu be hwe the political aspect of the course ni susu be hwe na ya di nkomo e de afa ya dane ho abaisi ya
Excuse me, sir.
Hello.
Please, next time, can you put it in a dustbin?
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll not do that again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Girl, how are you? I've really missed you.
I've missed
Look at how
you
she's
too.
looking so fabulous. I know, right?
Thank you. Auntie Naya.
Yes, dear.
Uncle Kofi.
Yes, dear.
All you've been teaching me about sanitation, I've been teaching my friends at school, and it has been absolutely great.
Really? Wow. That's a great impact you're making now.
Sure.
Keep it up, girl.
Okay.
Sure.
Auntie Naya.
Yes, dear.
I need to tell you something.
Go ahead.
If we want to be successful as a people, we need to be aware of the importance of sanitation.
That's true.
That's true. You're right, Amma. You're right. That's true. Now, do you know sanitation is so important and crucial in our society?
Yes, Kofi, and I thank God for K Sanitation IQ, which you can also just say KS IQ. It's an important show that you don't need to miss it.
Kids Sanitation IQ. That's a great show. I understand the show has been designed for the kids to educate the public on some special sanitation categories.
I know, right? And I learned they will also educate the public on sanitation for environmental and community development.
I also understand they would educate the public on sanitation for educational development.
Wow.
Yeah.
Education, you say?
Oh, God.
Wow.
Right.
It is amazing. They also have sanitation for health development.
Oh, health
and
development.
Sanitation for corporate.
Corporate and health, Nana.
Don't play.
This one will intrigue you. I understand this kids will educate the public on sanitation that benefits the needy.
The
Isn't
needy,
it
you
amazing?
say?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Isn't it amazing?
It is amazing.
Oh, God.
Don't miss this
You
show.
don't have to miss the Kids Sanitation IQ show.
To participate in this contest, please call 0209 300 300, 0209 300 300 for an audition. Don't miss the KSIQ show. Be there.
.9 FM original na fe original television so no aso go Adwene Kasa dwumadie no eni me de kwaku owusu aje pato anche bia na me nua RSM Kofido Lawson etena se bobo nsem ayekoso no bi na fe nso nsem edi kan so ye train da awere a kopim se sorry ekoe opani a oti maintain sese ye obi a economic and financial analyst, so energy expert, and Bakokrasa Kaho. He is a man of many facets. Seven predrasa. Unkomoya e baby dear watiasia. But you say ya kase ya kinkain budgeta ya pese ya chere say rano she finance minister. I say, or making kind budget, no farmer, no banner, making kind chrea. What does it really mean? Or kind we are, there what kind of soon so no, saying Anna is etie. Mira Roger, the Roger TD Wales can become bills. Meaning the entire bill because it looks like we were too many bills to paint. The Wales no not bills ne woman can become bills. It's Roger TD bills and I know ebedi nkomoy. Well, and you're Kasiel Atoba Forcing or finance minister at the budgets ne kwa be fa so a yeah that sitting be see accord the beto yanim baby esika be wo baby esika be free fa ben de no be de mu no be miemu ye to gigi no me de kaka ho ye expenditure as against fiscal reality ni nyina obuye bi ni nyina mu e de to homa ehunu se de niam esi eko ebi agye atom se eye ni gisem ene de kaka ho fe ye nko wo mu a wo mu te sa nkomo no ase obani ye mo akwa ba bi o una mu boko de all right so and the course ni nyina no say you followed it
yeah
and the person ehunu nyina ne say na wo si efa no na ye de wo hwehwe eti ana say I don't think say this is the first budget reading what pay the what ye ni nyina no Ghana 4% wo mo ti ase what does it really mean what's there for us to be happy about
okay before me shase no me dikan echi Ghana for ni na etie for na me mada impenifo mo abankesie mu ase especially the president of the land and the ministers and atufosin so because I think he's doing a great job what say or someone who is well abreast with financial issues before I may make us say for the past 8 years Ghana for a complaining of economic hardship but abana was previously now means me who say operate with an authoritarian voice or act and I say military tactics because there are certain kind of taxes when they wanted to implement the populists were crying against it but they decided to burden the people and all this while the people endure the very people who you are going to tax and all this while omu decided say burden the people which took a lot of people into captivity because of this taxing especially the e-levy ngofu businesses had to go down their profit margins went down are you getting me in the sense for instance obi ton ade na say obeto or say adene ye bia 100 cedis and 200 cedis or say o send ya fa tax no eden e ka ho then pakon say o menya nto bi because of the tax ama Ghana nko yi ama sa ni pakro otono wenyanto
de obe your friend said there onko beji sika no so wenyanye
onu so enyanje intino at that instance no enu kra affect economy no because it discourage
buying and selling.
Yes, the financial transaction, whether the demand or the supply no, they suffer. What you say? Into Ghana for never into I think this budget, maybe friend freedom budget.
Okay.
I think this is a kind of budget that has come to liberate the Ghanaian populace in the sense the oppressed are liberated now. And he accepts those who are under captivity of e-levy and betting tax free. So this is a freedom budget. And it is a freedom budget not because of the tax scribing that they are doing, but then they have considered the life of the people. You know, one say betting say taxes cost too much. In economics, there will be a friend of Lefferts theory and a Lefferts curve. Ni idea opportunity say you were a krobimu na say taxes ne ekosro sa afide ebe discourage work. A discourage worker, you get a lot of people not working
because tax was a cost of doing business.
Business was wrong.
To me, I will not even set up business.
Absolutely.
The kakra no be set up no or more production. Into me kosa was you call. Until they will take. More price and crown will be influenced by taxes.
By the taxes.
You know, paying to get the products no will be difficult.
Because they will have to shift the tax to the final consumer.
So you have been around. So there in the mind you drew because the impression they created, almost free so it created and they say we are at a point where say I'm fast taxes we can not survive anymore.
No, but
so what
yeah.
what then na yanye and then yeah you could draw on.
Okay. One will say today, finance minister Eridi, Oka say we are not going to widen the tax system, but then we are going to make sure we cover the loopholes. Are you getting me?
Okay, so the
and
next
then
now what harder than
now at it no net no already no tax burden here too much. Until I say yeah, there should be some policy reforms.
Okay.
Ebetumi amaye den etumi agege kakra na ye de ato omo so dada no ya so mu ye aside down. Yes, realignment so that we do not waste the tax na den. Yeah, agege no. Into there has been a lot of wastage. And I say now there's going to be a reform and realignment. But ye ni say ye de a new ye de tax for ebe to so. Ye wo kro we mu na muka say ye gi 11 na ye nko IMF.
In fact, that is the reason the e-levy the reason kasiye pa
no
say baby aye dru no ya ngigi e-levy na sort here out just say ko IMF.
See,
and then we said a whole lot of things about IMF na aye no kren so still eventually e
absolutely. Omo pass e-levy we no. Omo sa koton hu cake e cry say try. Egu yeti so Ghana ha say. Won yesu obi antie na sisi a NDC government say obeyi sa taxes ni na because inflation ni so. No, tell me then na yetumi di e-level way etumi aye. For instance, look at the COVID tax. A corona COVID crown started was no China crown. What's it?
One abolish you didn't mention it. One abolish COVID tax.
One abolish one abolish COVID tax. Yeah. They have to look at it again. Are you getting me? They have to look at it again because these taxes no nyama bia like hurt the economy. For instance, duties ports. There are some 1 minute. There are some taxes via me say about 4 of them.
Taxes are a friend is saying e-levy and a thing so betting and a friend is saying taxes on insurance. And what other taxes again? Yeah, I don't know if they can help me from the back room. If they are kind of mabubo.
Okay. So betting tax no. And 1.5 withholding tax on winning from the
and then a betting tax no.
Yes. There be processed gold by
and
small scale miners. Yes. And a emission levy on industry industries and vehicle abolished. For instance, all those small these taxes no. At the end of the day, they push it to the final consumers. A samba populace so. For instance, super say taxi industry. There are already some taxes they are to some of their services and activities so. Into the Saudi before for Kahwa, every business entity is looking at making profit.
That's so that you beat me utilizing
utilizing absolutely. Absolutely. Are you getting me? There are a lot of
na minua bako any unkofu din komo abontin.
Okay.
Quickly yenko ne samra ebio na.
Well, today has heated up in Parliament. I mean, 2025 budget was read today and just ended with Dr. Kasa forcing the finance minister in Parliament. And looking into that, taxes has been a concern of this country, and about 5 taxes has been scrubbed off completely right in Parliament. One tax that has really took to the heels of the youth has to do with the betting tax. We are now in Jamestown Palladium. I wanted to engage with some betting sports to find out the reaction so far. So we have in our midst, you can see at the background, we have a couple of youth here, Ghanaian youth situated here in Jamestown. We want to find out from them what has happened in Parliament, how are they taking it. You are live on Metro News.
Thank you.
Well, talk to us. 10% tax that was on betting tax has been scrubbed off completely. How do you make of it?
See, I don't know what I go talk safe. The way I make up in means if I dey watch for TV top Friday, we then talk to and then come out the tax. Charlie man, see, I chop 100 cedis safe. No tax. They not go come out tax. So man, what I go talk we say, God bless mama. Make God bless mama. Man, that be all I go talk.
Thank you very much. So all that he is saying is he's very happy with a new invention that has to do with scrapping off, the 10% tax on bets or lottery. And then we still want to find out from some prospects here. What do you also make of it? Your friend said he's so happy that a 10% tax has been scrapped off. What do you also make of it?
Okay, that one is truly real because we are all happy. Because the thing, if we even put 10 cedi in a bet, well, if we chop 20 cedi and we are removing the money, then they will give us only 15 cedi or something. Whilst they've done nothing for us.
So how much have you staked today?
Today, I can show you proof. 50 cedi. 50 cedi right now.
How much are you expected to win?
Oh, I want to win almost billions.
So at that time, let's say if you win 5,000 Ghana cedis, the 10% on it, how much do government take from you?
If I win 5,000, they can remove almost 1,000 plus. Yeah, they can remove 1,000 plus. Yeah. It's not good at all. So now that they've removed the tax from we like it like that.
Have you also staked something today?
Yeah.
Because I saw you inside there busily on your computer.
Copied. I was there. I'm staking. They have chopped me almost 2.2. Right?
Just today?
Yeah.
So how much money do you have on you now?
Well, I don't have nothing right now, but I'm going home. I'm going. All right, thank you.
I'm going. One thing I want to tell. One thing I want to say is that not only the betting tax too, mobile money too is part.
Right. Even though you are taking e-levy off, COVID-19 levy is also off.
If you want to buy a drink, if a drink safe, then go come out tax. All right, ready there. It be true. If you want to buy a drink, they have come out. You want to pay tax. You have paid tax already. It's there. Yeah. All of us will suffer in Ghana.
Right. So do you also want to say something? So President Mahama has abolished, right in Parliament, the 2025 budget read by Dr. Kasa Forson. The finance minister reads that 10% betting tax on lottery, like you guys situated here, sticking your bets on footballs, has been scrapped off. We wanted to find out, what is your reaction so far?
My reaction is that the economy is very hard, things are tough, and anytime we approach them, most of the time the sellers, they try to tell us their mind.
Yes,
because
if they bet tax,
shut up, let me talk.
Go on.
The economy is very hard. If you don't have enough money on you, then there will be a problem. There are always rumors, violence, fights going on.
So the thing is, you don't have enough money. The little money you have in staking your lottery, also government takes 10%. So that is a concern.
Yeah.
So now that 10% has been taken off, what do you make of it?
What we make of it is we need some jobs. If the government is willing to create an opportunity for the young guys, that's great.
No more tax.
Yeah, that's what we are. That's what we need. That's what we need. We need jobs, opportunities, employment. Yeah. Employment. That's good. That sounds very good.
One will ask that, how prepared are you should employment come to your doorstep? And what are you looking at in your jurisdiction or your field of academia? What have you studied? What qualification do you have? And in this case, when an opportunity comes, what will you tell the public out there? Like you are telling leadership that we need employment. We don't need, the betting tax is okay for you to take it off. But we need jobs in order to feed on and feed our families.
To support each other. To support each other so that there will be no more violence. What we need is jobs, opportunities. You guys should create opportunities for the young guys around. Yeah, that's what I have to say. That's what I have to say. That's all.
No more tax.
Because the E11 is dragging us down.
Yeah, it is bringing us down.
Yeah, for real.
They have taken it off. E-levy has been abolished also. COVID-19 has been abolished also.
Oh, that's great. If that's one there, that's good. We give thanks. We give thanks and we appreciate the one who did that. We really appreciate. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. So we can see some traders here we would like to also engage in. They are also traders. We want to find out from them what is really, going on in their minds and how things are faring so far. There have been 5 taxes that have been abolished completely. They have abolished the withholding tax on winning from lottery. We also have electronic transfer levy has been abolished, and then we are looking at emission levy on industries and vehicles have been abolished, and then also VAT on motor vehicle insurance policies have been abolished, and then the almighty betting tax that has really gathered the youth to also, sing praises and joy. I would like to also engage from this woman. She's a trader. You are live on Metro News. Can you talk to us? Right, so she's shy. She cannot speak to us. So as you heard, we are...
91.9 FM, your original FM na fin so original TV Adwene Kasa Jumadi ana yede bro Dr. Daniel Sabute how economics or sanso chirade or Accra Technical University and sanso ana Minia Wales in fact in order not to get myself into trouble TD Wales and so now you concentrate on the budget reading.
Okay.
Not many aiding come. So I was asking him about maybe I could do then a bit because it got to a point where the very people now tax you. They were telling you say also tax the abeboame. But quite often so I will tax him. It will rather weaken me. Intimate you are snuffing life out of me. But say and you will be strangulated. Yes, and then people had issues. Until taxes, well, we are doing it for the people. The people were also complaining. But now at the point to be so we needed money. Until now was say tax. So I was asking, say, how did we get to that point where acquired to say the OG taxes at Abino looked desperate? They needed those taxes at all costs. Then was it all only because of COVID? Well, COVID Nankasa left in its wake no tax. So what was it? What didn't we do, or what did we do, so that a better guidance going forward? Yeah, buying the so that we'll understand what really is going on. Say yeah free so no, taxes ne buy no. Indeed, ebe boy am pa na. Ye free why and we need to understand it so that going forward, ebe unu baby idea ni actually sis ya. Mr. Tobuti, exam wa kwa baby. We say na young for no dia bro for say how I dream of form. Nti.
You pato we dey be that say. Mi chia na, mi chia mi ni abe. Sorry, say my late.
Oh, problem ni ho. Him say ni na forgotten country.
Yeah, asem na obisa no ewu hia. Obisa say dey na ya be do baby a edu ya aban ye so desperate. Say at all cost say onye sika free or more ananka ya overburden on budada. Ya meka say oh. Okay ya the Fiscal Responsibility Act. I think that was in 2018 or 2019. I stand to be corrected. I think 2018.
First, can say a first term.
Very good.
First term.
But in the act, and make it provision for the minister. So, bet me I call Parliament. Now I can suspend it. One say economy in grow more than 1% out to be called. I face at one chamber a year. Or to be called eco bisa say ye fee or send about to spend it beyond the 5%. It took 2020 a parliament and a bisa for suspension and I'm suspended from 2020 every year no budget deficit no exceed 5% because Fiscal Responsibility Act a restricted government say ube exceed budget now it shouldn't go beyond 5% of the GDP. There is a reason for that.
Your expenditure against how realistic the fiscal your friend is here.
Exactly.
Because who saying our GG, I also spend this
who
saying, even in your private life. Who salary here saying.
Exactly.
Let be also so be this saying.
Every say be every month be you 1,000. Now the only 1,400. What's what could do baby? Or baby south say. 400 extra now they be spending no
can't you bet you and that ben we bet you or he be there tia
ye the boy busia kra bet you one nti ho na could do ye nti be do baby every year bia no ye budget deficit no na ekoso em say ekoya could do about 9 point bb I exceed 5% no nti ni nyina lead to accumulation of
debt now you do baby I say unsustainable. I the car default to and all those things. And as I default also led to the downgrade of Ghana. Say call international credit agencies BT say Fitch ne your mama cano. I would downgrade here into my Antonio international capital market. Into a hot na start your problems started say then.
So but and yeah attribute okay so yeah attribute our problems now to COVID.
Yes.
And Russia, Ukraine, whatever. You understand? Yeah, let us look at it. Say, na sana netiana. COVID, am I unreasonable in our spending? Could that be pardoned?
I don't see it to be a reasonable excuse, Alabama, to go beyond the 5%. I think because during COVID, you ska buy. No kapa. I na a minister called parliament called chair amount to raise here.
To show up economic shortfall.
Yeah, they support two budgets.
Revenue shortfall.
Yes.
No, because see, for the West, even developed countries were able to build factories. Germany built tire factories from COVID money. But we as a nation, because of mismanagement and our expertise in wasting resources, we decided to sweep the money through whatever means and waste it.
So how were we able to do that? So I want the parliament and say mostly there was a for here they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And we are only left to lament.
Yeah.
What did the mention say? Because some fans say, oh, Jamu Kasa, Bejo. What really happened? Say, they said, "Na Kasa omo de kono amono." How? Then na yentini anhunu say, "Sa sika na eba na yemfanye se ana se yemfanye se." Adwuma hihye ben na koso.
There was no plan. See, for me, I think the mismanagement from 2017 was at its peak because they didn't have a strategy. When COVID came in, we didn't have a plan to absorb the shock economically. When we had all those funds coming in, we didn't take the time to plan and strategize because we could realize even when the vaccines were coming in, we didn't know how we were going to even distribute or store them. We were in this country and the leadership did not consider the fact that there is a pandemic. So let's call for an emergency meeting and strategically plan something that would stand the test of time.
We sat down and planned.
And planned on what?
Yeah. There were, to the extent that even those in opposition had a friend saying, Nkrofo no more planning, and that's what Mutana said. COVID, we had people.
No, we are talking in relation to the country. The crisis are come and a kwanya situation economically, because whatever thing that we are going to do, it would cause us to spend money.
Okay,
when
so
money comes in,
maybe I should ask the question this way. There now expect to say was a AC, COVID time is here.
There may expect to say
taking into consideration Sika.
Yes, Ska ebe muno. Okay, your situation in here. Yes, Peniska, yes, we are spending this money to support this. We are going to do this to keep a situation. Okay, this money is this amount. Into 20% will go into building a factory. 30% will go into administrative expenses. Maybe 40% will go into buying of those medical equipment and things that will help keep the whole situation. Yanyesa. We didn't do that.
We were not thinking right.
We were not thinking right.
No, but then they admitted it. Except the health minister in our committee anymore. I say, do time now thinking straight became a problem. But then, so young fan say, yes, say COVID sikano ye de bi ekosi dan bi wa Adaklu. Do you remember that? Yeah, I said the ko high dan na o kai sa you can say accountant friend auditor general's report na bag dan na ye ko Adaklu that was immediate minim say mu bi refia ye de ko high ye EDCC no renovation no kra na ne board more ne aga ne de ka ka de mpesa me we say yan shed apa hunu and mostly people like Mona subject matter experts no say yan nin komo no amam penimfo no a omo mismanage ye claim so omo mismanage no hunu say yet there ye can see I better akoso. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Say COVID gave us about 19 billion, it became 21 billion. Sikana ebae no anya hwe kra no senke the year say near the year say we will not be sounding like how we are sounding today. What am I saying? Until you done near the year say ya hunu ni sa kan mi sa questions now. But I want a kind of conversation and I'm thinking Abema, whoever has any responsibility to do it, the mandate to do something for me. Even who said the dream
But question I'll be sending here because who say for you to properly evaluate the impact of COVID-19 on the economy now. One, when they say workers, it's not fear for some time, some months.
Yes.
Sky Hina buying and spending on them.
Yeah.
Okay, we import some vaccines. Ahena, unim. Oh, we will enjoy free water, free electricity, some months. Okay, I can't in our boom. I got 10 billion. Now, besides say 10 billion during that pandemic, Ahena also Musakaye. Misaka 15 million. Okay, say 15 million. The NHS say Yenyesika 5 billion. Ewechi.
You see the show up revenue shortfall.
Exactly. That is to tell you, say, even though ye soon say COVID-19, Yesika same year basan, Yesika out of the COVID sika no, any support to your budget. Inti Yamboka.
Okay.
But you're not making an
I'm following it. Yes. Say COVID inti me and Jiska cry. COVID inti yenyeska the COVID related solve COVID related problems. Enya bi wo chiri any show up your friend is saying you show on the app no then a young grow still you go in the negative.
That's the point.
Say almost your revenue will come hit your target.
I think
even your friend saying for you omo exceed your target.
Yes.
GR4 exceed your target. But okay, they tell you that the almost a set target from
Serbia
strategic team.
No, almost a set target. No more review or more target. It was a reviewed target according to your friends. A reviewed target, but whatever
upwards or downwards, Serbia review never cost row about
whatever it is, you exceeded it.
Okay.
Nzibia Kramuja or said they won crank and hit.
Yeah.
So the big question is that. I mean, they're walking. I say the explanation by the finance minister, although he came to parliament to try to do some explanation, and common square.
There be.
But one new common.
Who say Drew baby no? Na speaker, insist he says Wamba, Embe Cheche Nyamamua. I'm said the only bill say approval, the also approval. I think that was what compelled the man to appear before the parliamentarians to. Now,
yes, and confess or the me 1 year explanation. Take it or leave it.
Scanner, but you see, so interesting. Say my ETS say you ask for vaccines. But yet you who say you need storage a year to me storing in. So the point I don't know to man be only capacity to store.
No one say you can say okay, so could it also be say as someone president can call viral no? Or penufo jina actually Emma mismanagement with me course one say you quite be fast one you be you can say we know how to bring economy back to track, but we don't know how to resurrect dead people.
Yes.
Even WHO president no commended president for saying that Ofo says got us carried away, Anna.
Yeah, in a way, because
we didn't watch what we were doing.
The way I'm spending also can be.
And just like
yes,
the way I spend it, and only one thing, and overcomplacency on their part. Was before government will take you over, and when they came, they said we have the men. And as look at me by, we didn't know they were area boys. Are you getting me? Because you no, Bosomi Suna say 5,000. 1 year one as a one plan here. This can nobody listen. When himself was a auto, BB bear 2,000. Now on them now did this canoe without any plan, no vision. Now say we do KFC awaji take away back home. We do boutique awato shirt. Before we when nas canoe ayebasa. Have you
know why I'm struggling to understand some of the things. Say, so it was deliberate. Is that what you want to do? Say,
this is
almost or they didn't have the clue. Say, was it deliberate? Say, because we need to learn something from it. And yeah, as a political party and as an administration, as a people, there is something we need to draw. Some lesson we need to draw from the NC.
Yeah.
What would them say? The air kind. Does it mean say people knew it, but they deliberately cut corners to allow some seepages and leakages and now say how I mean. And I'm also because more than himself come on also more
no this
so I am the politician
no some of these things have social bearings, they have economic bearings, and then they also have political bearings. You see, there are people who occupy spaces and as a roles they are just like round pegs in square holes.
Okay.
And some like square pegs in round holes. And for me, I think say first and foremost, the person that was placed in the seat of the finance minister was incompetent.
Okay.
In the sense, when things were not going right, and then they were calling his own people, were calling him to order, but out of arrogance, and with the feel, say the brother is the one who is ruling. As at that time, will not even listen to you. We were in this country, and a group of their party faithfuls went to the president and said, we don't want the finance minister. And there was an alleged conversation, say, when he was financing, where were you? Are you getting it? And some of these attempts are deliberate. Secondly, if it was based on that document, a Japan document now, then you could see say a planner they wanted to carry out. That is why he was. That's why he was fixed there.
Okay,
that
so
is on a political bearing.
Do this in
on purpose.
And okay, so if they did it on purpose,
yeah,
or cleaning or tracks or something can be done because say a deliberate. If they really did it on purpose, who says sika basesen there are no traces.
Oh, some of the traces are there. That's why the oral team. For instance, the 81,000 ghost names at NSS. See, sometimes they will attempt...
cover. We are economy in the core of the
I'm just
COVID
giving,
in particular.
I'm just giving that as an example. That is one of the traces we've identified. Now, with the issue of COVID, Prof. Kabibi say, to address scarcity nearby, spending. So what we need to be doing now is to call for an audit of that particular period. Once we start auditing it, we will be able to trace where the lapses are, where the shortfalls are, and then we will call them to book and question. But as it stands now, if we are not getting any documentation on it, or the expenditures or the monies that came in, we don't have records, then there's nothing to do.
Because you see, what the mommy worried, Dr. Sabuti, say, most of the times, near COVID, you did COVID in common. If me say in 2016, Economic Intelligence Unit 4, I predicted the Obeba Bidia, the Sedi Bisiako, and said the MPP for by which was enough and what was predicted in 2016. A friend was saying, EIU and Economic Intelligence Unit for. I predict say with Niamam and Amobinuma previous government, Mahama government then no are taking on whoever be taking over no. Bet me your growth, bet me could do best 7 point something. And on the other they said a lot, quite a lot of things. And then these MPP for buy no. It was a kwan and near me
to 2019.
And then COVID came visiting. And after that, you know, now, oh yes, you COVID-19, you know, ama a true ye near of gear. It is sky there at all. Some no yet is oh ye we free has saying at the contingency whatever. Do you if you remember? You bet 100 million be free. And was and then sinking heritage fund won't come by any kaya any baby do say oh I feel we mu de kakraba you can't say sika obetimi adro your friend saying the I am a former Sikabi. Yeah, no, you know, permission. Said a baby, this annual in buy any Sika in Yan or COVID moon in our buying. Sika in your yard, say, baby in our cocoa year. And what conta no course, eh?
Pato, who share from 2017 up to about 2019, and the way I signed by in terms of improvement in the economy, we can easily attribute it to the IMF program.
About in 2014.
2015, thereabout. Because I'm predicting, say, with the target now,
yes,
because
I'm running a course century, yes, a free BB homegrown policies. Yes, a corporate policy credibility. And you say me, your policy credibility from mine. I've been in Ghana.
Yes, the economy studies say a grown. I say, and my who coin say to me call international capital market. Ekobobusia. Inti a hot monona edit sa problem.
Inti say Samra and that said that now can I to say the woka one kasa budget. Osika 1,000 Ghana cedis. But what me di 1,004. One them because to crowd on bet magic a craft will be when you pen whom said the old ball brand who bet metia. And what ya must have fed what ya drew baby. Now since I am over bedding the family. Munya back quite. Mamun cut to quite no coconut.
Because I do time I saw Chioka.
Before that, just like the way I don't sir, the short period, and Sana Mahama government.
Yeah.
No, I prepared ground. No, it gave them that kind of a solid grounding for them to go and take a lot of money. And to open as if you are from Abono. COVID ni buy na na fi the assembly say. Or say Charlie, then you can.
And then their own people, sir, omo no mo MPP for binum, and you know who say the economy nkoyi. But
who say, but
anyway,
we all have our own affiliations. Sebano, political parties.
Ntinumbia was said you see come on here.
Yeah, but we
need what's a mokano. One kasa mudwo kwambia mbetimi asa come na here.
I know it be basu.
Yeah.
So what I say, but you see within party bian, we should have people who must be objective. Yenya kakra bi wom. So what I say, na nipa no nya that political will and can leader and say, bibia on the econo. Enye even though be a member of this party no, I'm say kwana enam so no. Enye
I'm getting tired.
Oh yes.
To be very frank, dear man, say because come person me could do suffer. I know almost go full software is go full trouble. But say so. If I mean, my name who says here, Minyaka Credia, Mimiam, no mean sounded say,
but no matter what it is, even if you are still eating, Grana, if the thing is wrong, it is wrong. And you know, that is one thing I love about the NDC government. They don't just think about their parochial interests. It's about the well-to-do of the masses. You see, if there is growth, economic development, it should trickle down to the life of the people. But in their case, it was a no. Even among the more party faithfuls, ask them. Wow, it's not
a chat. My main chat, my papa be. Your friend is Dr. Hamilton.
Okay.
I did Dija, and you Munan. When it's empire, did. Oh, any paper.
But
anyways, I'm from one.
I'm say, maybe I do know. I say, abandoning your political will. Now, to me implement it. Niama was set it so baby.
You know, but that the me for say, sa political will. The Abema buying enya no yes say. When people are moved to say the name more mobile, more who say, Nana more to me na no, na more papa. Or chia, don't whitewash it.
No. What I was say, you have to.
What's the general say? So that obey because political will not do time your munya no more for say. Oma yen said your madrin your muna, we will not vote for them. But if yenya omoye ye hodjuma, ye who say, ye nimsa o komaye, but sa men yen don't play to the crowd. Ye there was a oh ye, now even say what's your belt, a boy more ye betting. Ye who said the oh ye no nam quina kasa swa. Nasa one nam quina so I will tell you, say no, the oh ye. Ebemancrophobia pewasem nanso ni susan so
yeah.
We should be able to do that.
We should be able to do that.
In Nkrumah statement, you say the Ghanaian is not timid. No?
That is true.
This is a true reflection of the election that
2024.
See, let me tell you, we are over time realizing the need and importance of understanding the concepts of policies. Now, the average Ghanaian, this is one press conference somewhere, and then after the budget reading, Ghanaians are for instance, highly educated or have not gone to read economics or finance anywhere, but they know say what the minister has come to present is something that would serve the purpose and the need of the people. Into after press conference, no be now say no this thing na you know and physical. You cannot throw dust into their eye any longer because they feel the heat, they feel the impact, and they know where we are going as a nation. So what the government now has to do is that we have to be able to communicate the ideas, the vision, and where we want to see the future of the country, the Ghana we want. Let the people understand. That way they will rally behind the government, and the government will become successful.
And I think sector ministers must go to, they should work.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Because can be no kasa, and when they come, they should make it conversational. They should come they should interactive. We should be able to understand what they should communicate.
Exactly.
We should understand what they are saying.
Yeah.
They are not there because they are doing our bidding.
Yeah.
And that is part of getting the people to buy into the vision.
All right. Thank you very much for coming. And Mr. Sabutina, we shall say, you say you ever heard the political aspect of the whole issue? You ever say, near the Kwakwan saying, Abro.
Many dance
Adisi mama no mama ati no mama kwaba and matna say dwumedie no eye yen abrabo wa woni say yen abrabo de emu nsam no e dross edi abeji so eye amamra hima adwo isua sa enti na magi adwa na me no ababedi nkomo na me tell say this not dia ensam no eye bebre say eye waware eye wo mpratwe wa pomuden ene wa hunidie ensam ensi echiba na wankasa mwabrabo no wo ensi echiba de enu nti na magi etwe na amamre so de to ni se efrete ehina uchiwo mami misao ebusia be na entomben so na abo na wenu ma wuni muntino na wie na me no begzi ani eni ji nsam ne de ene Ghana ensam na jiba bia ni nyina ye be dukrumu ne de ho nkomo sabre mi pesa wo kame ho na ye de yen abrabo dwumedie ehwese so
Young Mofra Yeman, Abribia Mikasi,
sɛ wopɛ sɛ wohu sɛdeɛ wohwɛ mmɔfra wɔ man bi mu a hwɛ mpanyinfo a ɛwɔ soro no ɛno ɛbɛma woahu kwan a wɔfa so ɛde hwɛ mmɔfra yɛn mmɔfra yɛ man dwumadi ɛyɛ dwumadi bi a yɛahyehyɛ si yɛde bɛhwɛ mmɔfra no education yɛde bɛhwɛ wɔn health ɛna afei wɔn spiritual well-being bibi biara a ɛbɛma mmɔfra akɔnkan nti kame ho na yɛnhwɛ na yɛnkasa ɛmfa mmɔfra ho nneɛma ɛne atete a yɛde mmɔfra ɛfɛ mu wɔn kamafo ne hena ɛhena no reka ama wɔn hwɛ na mimisa wo oba no ntetewe no ayɛ den ama wɔn anka wobɛnya nimudeɛ wɔ ho a anka wobɛpɛ ɛno nti no abridia ma wafiri no ɛnda ha na yɛntena ase na yɛsusu nsɛm ɛmfa yɛn mmɔfra na yɛnwenwene yɛn mma ho yɛnwenwene mmɔfra no ho ɛne ɔman no ho mmɔfra ɛne ɔman bia fapem yɛn mmɔfra yɛ man.
We will abolish the 10% withholding tax on winning from lottery, otherwise known as the betting tax. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the electronic transfer levy, e-levy of 1%. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 10% withholding tax on betting. We will abolish the electronic transfer levy, e-levy of 1%. We will abolish the emission levy, otherwise as in Wusie tax. We will abolish the VAT on motor vehicle insurance policy. Mr. Speaker, we will abolish the 1.5% withholding tax on unprocessed gold by small-scale miners. Mr. Speaker, the removal of these taxes will ease the burden on households and improve their disposable income. Right, Honorable Speaker, the removal of these taxes will ease the burden on households and improve their disposable incomes. In addition, it will support business growth and improve tax compliance.
Okay, so enkofobi ese wamate de atadwefo a ebinum so ewo mo so omunkomo edi de mpakire nyina ayese yewra ato forcing temende me kan catch us say ever since say your born din as finance minister or court from tama or court tina vetting committee nanim ni dimina kwan ofa so eyi ni nsema no efiri hoko the public speeches and I say baby a kane ato no so ewo nipa mu kasa bia o kasa bia no kwan ofa so comport no nse de osi eye no ho ne ono ankasa be gina ho say de osi bo boss so as a young person or bar parliament ebe as a backbencher ebe ranking ewo finance be leader and I say be minority leader and son or be majority leader kakra and some say he's gone through the mill. Then I'm say pan say go for president I say be a born. I mean Kasa asem we not because of anything that one Kasa pa observe it. O de no ahwese finance minister aboni t-shirt atiesi makolate basim. Oh tibini basim ko na mo se ekosen. Na mo se de na eso ko. Mo se de opa enye nhwehwe ne mumpo. At least hwe feeling bi a ede ma wo. Opa fan say nhwehwe ne mu. Say finance minister ya to abari o. Yes, I feel no copy or 4 years, or not feel no copy power, and now copy vote to 1 year in the constituency. But or say, a saying a more share, a share any senative, and I know can't budget in area and or say ministers, no, Monko Dimunkomo sectors, no Ancasano, take the thing to the people. And no, I ever chance ye be we na me kasa say, or move budget now. Omu making sure say sector na say na mahunu budget no ministers no take because muna mode mo suggestions ko mo ye input or budget no those ones are approve ye no kwan be fa so mo be implement no mo ma ye ntia ase in fact ye ni asoma mo so run it by us. And then he said it, so some kind of good feeling be but as to how ye best sustain no and I hwe ho asemi na yaka Emmanuel Alote oh first one here Adote Alote kane anya so tuom parliamentary candidate for the National Democratic Congress and I said the fufu am not on because he's honestly is a finance person. Or to finance as a pa economy so as a pa Dr. George Hamilton and so penny for or mukofa none of almost me a matimo for
because a crowd refused to cry the NMLC or whatever. Almost your free, you can say UPD, GCPP, Chromatin. It's a your friend, Obia will be your person call. Obia will be tired in the Swadi. The Swadi who said, Down Kwama. That's your Baba Ghana, Benjamin Trasso, and this year because we are messing up, Kakra. Yes, I can mess up.
But you say your band be Martin brass band.
Yeah, brass band. Yeah, political Martin. Yeah, you know, I'm messing up. So that is the truth. The NDC, some of their ministers, about chunk of them, I told you some time ago, either on this show or after the show, that MPs no be. So the overwhelming majority until they can bamboozle their way through. Now, I and your person here, even Ghana form Pecorano, they will do it, and that is why they are going to mess up.
Okay, so now, yeah, you come. Chairman of Mariwa against
movement for change.
And for want of time, we'll be a bit specific to in terms of account for and before you be sharing. And then when I was listening to share budget, because before that, I was reading some literatures, materials, 102 economy, only a friend saying, then I compared it to previous budget, some salient governance, Africa, the bad my dream, I say. Yeah, for so I say, a fit into some, you can't say. Okay, so Abrofun was said omo money and I am omo on them channel. Ntia yesua sikasem ne de tete san yesua na da Abrofun no kwan no so. Ana ye pese ye ne sa Abrofun de but ye was said yesi ye de no. Ana ye titia in their interest. Ye timbia in their interest.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I listened to a senator ya na okase ye sori ani asesa sika de koma Africa ne ye say no de nurse obi bisa ne say from one senate member bisa ne say okay so there na ofo say o say ye o say tax cut because there be a success come na acquire to say so there is a fiscal space there is your friend is saying near timi akobo bosia nti there be we become indebted ye hu say ya mo ya nya adwuma kra ye betimi akoji sika free ba bia be fail space no nti ya nyere ya hu nya adwuma ne akoji sika time our finance minister ka say in the next 4 years sika due say was here 150 billion. Nti uchichem 150 billion chichem
as in dollars or
Ghana cedis.
Ghana cedis.
Nti uchichem wa ye betu ya say every year. Ye be person because I don't know ye be say pay bia be kan ho. So I was asking myself say enti ye ni bibia traditionally locally ye betimi aye to yank ourselves out of this. Template na da hoda da no na yakọ school ntimi e pese ye yet say omo yo ya babreu
Patu mamifa akwenya we enchia hwefo nyina na I think say I agree with what Niawoka no na anope kura na meka say on say yewo 4 major areas of the economy. The primary side has to do with agriculture, forestry, fishing, all those things, And then our secondary side, that's production, manufacturing. And the tertiary side, we use services and the systems to transport goods and services. And I think the fourth side now, those knowledge, ICT, artificial intelligence. I am not against ICT, but we don't need artificial intelligence in our part of the world because your fundamentals, you ensure that any control.
Any machine yes, you learning.
I was comparing to that of China and the East Asian tigers. Time ICT was becoming popular in the world. We could kind in the 60s and 70s. They didn't rush to go into those areas. Call back any the basis right. So they can now, if you can read about how China, how Singapore moved from the third world to the first world. They went back into the farming and all those things. And some of the ICT in the account. But it looks like, like you said, no, we are always jumping to get to where
we want to belong. We want to belong.
So, and that's the reason why we need to go back to the basis. Now back to near 170 no. But we share a budget ya atu forcing on behalf of Ora John Dramani Mahama no. For me, my initial prelude say it was very simple, straight to the point. One funny maybe and good moya a bit say technical things and crofrontiers here. After a year can win slogans. No. Everything is very simple, and this is how governance is supposed to be. I say governance, no. Timofo omudi to me share nsem no. Enti bin kasa no muntiase. No mu said niama echo. And they say you use big jargons here can niama and a way I find no. Should be very simple, straight to the point. That's one thing I mean about this budget. And I'm so happy say Ora 214 on behalf of Ora Mahama to me a kasaya a very simple Ghana for ehunia say devoid of slogans ni technical terms in Yama Sebi MYM and I'm okay. And another thing me who says Pato discussion as I said is based on near omu a catch Ghana for time ye campaign or Mahama ni force nina ye kwa bontia ye campaign no. I say whatever we promise them and I think so omu say omu kan ya ejitu mu so and no form the base of the budget ye kan no because tax Ghana for I mean you heard everything as we plan to go into details we can one sem. It's all about near ye kan ye drawing campaign and I think so near Ghana for so kan say we na high nti utumi ayi free akwanmu niema beko yi amaye. That is how the budget was also presented. And I think so flagship programs are aban ekan wasem say mo de 2 minutes share nsema ye ba e be edi agbam no eno nso eneno etu nsem bebre most of them na captured. The only thing anka we're expecting to see more flesh to it the 24-hour economy. But no, I understand because also can be about the Labor Act, and not can be so about the GIPC Act. Meaning say, to me, I'm running in an hour. You can't go straight and say, yeah, fan for an upper to a year, yeah, 4 being so a year to and you bring to the following day. No. Labor Act, do we have that policies over there? Until I can say, with the 24-hour economy, no, the entire policy in Labor Parliament, now you share lost to say Labor Act, no. Now 1 or 2 changes, because on say Labor Fund, they are also about the risk involved in the job. What have you put in place? Security, saying transport and all those things. So I think I heard some people can say 24 economic one to me and your details. The budget is not about 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy is a whole policy. Maybe anchor budget make about tax rebates now and business in the manufacturing and production sector. And I say anchor about utility reduction in that kind of policy. No. That is the only aspect. No. But the 24 economy is a whole concept. We need to look at the Labor Act and look at the GIPC laws, no, and other framework. And I say laws, we need to more or less enact the laws. And I say, we need to rejig and I say retweak the laws now and to me and CTOE. Okay, but the other policies in the kind of national apprenticeship program say, me I'm so happy. Me will be a yebano in Sanejuma. That's my focus. Me school I'm going in I could be a bank money na no say. I wish I had focused also on Niema mission in Sanejuma. Me I'm a plumber. I mean electrical works. But when say school in the Twin Chain Eco School. But when I'm doing those things, I find so much joy in it. And until I don't joke with insane Jumano, and that's the policy I need for Ediba. Now, idea is not only targeting Obianco school, which Marco school cry university. It's important to learn some of those things. Sometimes also a wow, who see you feel as a plumber as electrician. On to me, use some jargons and find you sick. Let me say, I say, who about fixing me toilet and baths, sinking them, starting as a born media, my show would RSM. I'm saying, near Obon, minimum, yet only say, because minimum idea. Buy electric and I say, cables in and I'll tell Massa to Bossy. Miangasa, I'm my estimate say cable no 2 rows and 2 bonds, but me, Obo 6 stop. Oh, and sometimes we see a wow because young crow for most age man inside the man 1 year smarter. Wow, him tattoo.
And not near board 9 to episode. Because you so fish aboard me here 7. Me here we say 2 by 6, say 2 by 4, say 2 by.
No, Bobo near man.
Check out. Catch it. Now we intino. Some may be so the layman intino. No, I'm person quite who no quite my phone be my. I feel welcome. Say into a 2 floors. Okay, bit me and manage it here. Till na musa I didn't to be.
Enti the national apprenticeship program no adebia and so but and I think so other policies are and also whereby abeboa to say assemblymen the BIT a man team on say BBC let's say assembly but you know you don't pay them enti omo city allowance and sometimes uti sika 50 city allowance education but say no ora mama say is making allocation of 100 million Ghana cedis IAD assemblyman wo Ghana nyina ye were 261 assemblies e wo Ghana say it will be our average of 10 some have 6 7 average of 10 you talking about let's say 3,000 assemblymen these allocation are all year for the whole year IAD mamo allowance at least something should come every month or me say on also obefa etu ni say assemblyman no maybe that because assemblyman election I say MP election no sika almost say no. So sometimes I wonder what is motivating them to go because Kabesi and with the cinema you can't get that corresponding. Ebia so all these things in say there is a way we can manage our budget, but we'll have proper things. I also Meti in Sembi say from the minority Americans say and statistical service can say economic growth was 5.7. But if last year economy grew by 5.7, last year and that's the last 2 years, and World Bank can say 850,000 Ghanaians have been pushed below the poverty line. Oh, you can say youth unemployment has gone beyond the roof. And other issues, price, cost, exchange rate, growth, no.
Inya date adene ba ho. Ya na nkankan say ye pese de politics ntino. Say etwa obi minus a we concentrate on how to deepen minus na etwa no. Rather than say ebe use data no e de aye de was e de because ade a ehu pa because we as o man bia no ne yiedie ne security e na kire o man ne yiedie. Se nipa ni yie wo man no mu a adwenbone wo mutirim mo nipa dodo no a eni yie no fa ne nya adwenbone e fa mo adi yie ene o man no ankasa ho nti wan we ne yie a oso ade bia o ye mu na se eno no e mo no so ne ho henhan no na akoka che ne se ya adebone onya wo bebotu se ya bie bibibi na nam so ama about 800,000 people have been pushed
poverty line
beyond the friend saying
below the poverty line.
We should be interested. Say, what did we do? What should we have done? Now, ya shed there was say yeah because it is dangerous. Sa ankrofo no omudwa Ghana nyina jabetimi atom. So omukasa omu di bone a.
Exactly.
Ebe ye hu because omakwa nipa foforo bi ho.
Exactly.
So we should be interested.
And because and America says the 5.7 no growth no we should interrogate further. And America call say say economy no grew by 5.7 then we should have more people living the poverty line rather. Yeah. That's number one. And I think so your youth unemployment so and I think so there should be price stability in terms of the inflation, the exchange rate. But when you say until me call from who say sana 5.7 na enye was due to what price instability because your economy no your GDP no we estimate by using expenditure approach. Yes. And expenditure is a function of price. Never na the price cost we spend more in buying the same fewer goods. And when you estimate growth rate na every into your can say buy and I feel social good price last year say cost meaning say we may not have increased gold year to every but price na accordingly we recorded higher number of what values. And another fact you say and also some of it is free hydrocarbons that is the crude side no in usual way you know say no though in GDP and 5.7 no it didn't translate into changing the welfare of the people and until now developed world economic development as compared to economic growth. On the last dialogue, he said, Dr. Nimoy Thompson, NDPC, can say, you're moving away from measuring GDP on only output. Number one, output. Number two, employment. Three, wages. Say, a Juma Eba. Say, output, that's the growth, no, A6. Now say, we should say, Juma I increased by 1 million jobs. After so Juma, I get to answer then cost. Then we can all be laughing. But then I say, baby, I measure there no, and I hear politics no, because say we price last year 5.7 then the door you me say MB for lose election no, then the gap no shouldn't have been this gap. Meaning say there's a disconnect between your economic growth no and the real welfare of the people. And now we can one say yen near see ya yen crop for no 850,000 were moved below the poverty line no. Then tackle the issues and that's where statistical service must work together.
The statistical service don't know we are working together. Or no need the say or provided data no. Data no bar you analyze it. What's my say? Because actions and inactions of certain sectors na nam so much I will say a buy. Into who now be who say you should be able to tell say way na juma ye way na juma ya nka mba say into wa wo heso no also making sure say people should be answering some questions. Also tax nipa bi say identity ti say any kwan say nipa ya comfortable.
Exactly.
What your mind mu what swear say obema ye di na o mind no enhwehwe mu no man no ankasa nkrabata adwuma bi nhwehwe mu atimi ahwehwe hu say nipa be 850,000 rather have been poorer. Somebody now obi da. Until no wa o ma sa nipa na adwuma and you know who was supposed to have done what? It is our man, sir. Call the person to order. Ask some questions. If heads must roll, they must.
Yes. And the Ehono goes to suggest and to support near or to force in car and say, on budget, I must summary. This is a brief version. Details now, HS sector by sector revenue mobilization, that's the IGF, and budget allocation, the expenditure. No. Every minister be a bra. Bra, ne can was him. Exactly.
Because I don't know. Sorry, it's us. I'm say, you budget now. More among mu input score. Obia can stop because the ebe boss will be an HSA approval. Until Betchnay and Quanya or the Befas.
Exactly, 23 ministries. 23 ministries. Obia make me now on
didn't disappoint me at all. Doc.
Meda Simitia, Etia for Niasha for Neira, Alancha Manti. Many Aji say budget. Finally, we've been able to receive the budget. Can I say it's not easy going into elections near there, and then aftermath, also we'll do budget, and then you still have IMF hanging around your neck. Putting up a budget together would have been very difficult. But the demeanor of the finance minister, and unlike the previous one, say they be a beshe fita beba, and so you go to scriptures bebre area near there or how can see any the baby Ghana for this time around it wasn't like that, and Mecca said he's done a good job, but you see, free 850,000 people pushed below the poverty line. That is the reason why Ghana fought to Abadima NDC for. And there is not a time for complacency. There is not the time for them to sit on the fence. There is not a time for them to fold their arms and put it in between their thighs. So we need to rest. There's more time. We have 4 years here. 1 fear 9. Ghana. No. They have to work now. Because Ghana for, excuse me to say, we are not coward. We are not timid. You fire wagene. Oh, you trim. And now me come one sister station say, I no pain. Say, yeah, wa brabom ni say we need panam no wasan echi na woni. Pato, say ya.
It's true. Say cry mind there.
Yes.
Cry mind there obe san ma wo
who say
ba nipa dasani obe di wachi panso no wasan.
This is Ghana for you. I don't know Ghana for the chair MPP for say MPP for ni ye di mochi. But near can monty no. Ya fa ehwadwene. And we'll pay you back at the right time. And so Ghanaians were waiting. Wachejakun said it. Said there are people who have returned or left the MPP party in their hearts, or Makumum. But they were with them. So they were waiting for the final day, the voting day. And it happened. Many
I know some story about President, former President Adwene Kasa. You voted against MPP, thinking say more punishment. But okay more yes and say 2 terms.
And yeah, found what 2 terms maybe what 2 terms all right, but at the end of the day
what you say more yeah they are punishment.
You could see from his demeanor. At a point not be and fan he was more dead good than the Mahama first time. I'm telling you.
But yes, and so I say my party no.
You see, first time Bahama Bekache and say he's a dead goat. Bibia here the enfano.
So they would in contest.
No. You see, let's put that in a contest. One son Bekache, no. It was about labor. No, it was about labor. No. It's about labor.
Back to the budget.
And so, back to the budget there.
That good.
That go to there. And so we want to tell Mahama say, "Wabe manem be dead goat be abi." Ghanaians don't want dead goat. Moving from there, every budget in the moon, and he say he will be bold enough to walk the talk. and he's done that because your call
which talk? Previous talk.
That he's been able to do that because campaigning time now, on my Ghana for unity as you say, including movement for change, can say there are taxes be on my a nuisance tax. And who say tax in Belho. Some of the tax had outlived their purposes. A be a e-levy. And the question is, and then there was an
e-levy credit did it serve any purpose?
How
useful was it from the get-go?
So
when you had 6.7 billion, I said no, you can't get this money. So far, no one crossed 2 million.
And then see not at the whole year thing. So I can so be year through and the budget no about you who say where you budget night is 11 night. If you're near a year me yana me can make person nyanumpo me remember nan can pese or just idea no cry for a betting no. Not to talk of the tax on the betting. Yes, on man betting because your youth no Eddie omo akwa kweshim enye emema ngwa emma no krasa emema
they will say a friend say me kwa sorry be na me share a friend saying there was some more aviator na me heard the way I know so for no it can't aviator say boys no sorry aviator and I'm heard the way describe
I know to say papa so you can imagine
what the aviator na say so wow
can you imagine ebiso no
mostly are preaching
it but you say obehwe no say nimpa 10 baby now so of future no phone and your WhatsApp message no radio
but say sorry na o chair when you have but crush.
That's the sound.
Gosh.
Fato.
Yadino.
I say be na score be aba.
And so moving from there, Pato, that is my take on it. And then also abolishing the almighty COVID-19. COVID-19. So which means a COVID-19.
That be very free.
Well, COVID-19. But I don't know is under the VAT reform. So all kind under VAT tax reform side. And say,
but one specific
so you decoupling na one. But I can say, but COVID-19 has been abolished.
Yeah,
I know the man too.
Ebiana where attention in you. Also tax in na specific definition. Into account by e-levy emission tax another side no on Jamaica. Into under revenue section no. All kind of VAT reforms no. And all kind say the decoupling year free. Also say a separate 15 ni 2.5 ni 1% no. And you calculate all the 6. Not so this cannot count ni auto before they calculate the 15. Which is compound calculation, which is very bad. Can't every year some of us go angry. Until how no can say every year COVID-19 if you
said this one has been abolished. This one has been. So me for
instance, say therefore COVID-19 has been abolished.
Okay.
So that is where me so all the nuisance tax near the in or abolish it. Me share ni me so amfa masum say farmasum kwana biana because I was getting prepared to come. Say this duty tax.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, aside the high VAT rate, businesses are not permitted by law to claim their input for the NHIL Get Fund levy and the COVID levy, compounding the burden on households. Okay. All right. All right.
That is the best thing I have ever heard in my life growing up when it comes to reading of budgets near the at least with your Ghana Fosu or Koye. But Niam Pesa me count and say the 10 billion support fund now or the ban for markets and roads no money rain for Grand Quanta because our Grand Quanta market in there one of the oldest market in Ghana. In short, Omunya baby injina. And you're very, very, very bad. Just say, a paternal honocran in Shunukra, Tono Shasia, still home before. So, on for any day, and show. A young punt to a Ghana for your shay. You just say a home by high. You just say, as soon you ever, you just say, micro 2 seed never called you as Susan Micotadia. 2 seed in the met me out to idea besome. Ebia kakra, and Sisa kakra bede, Ebeka, number to me abefie, Mammy Wantomi. And yes, say, ya 2 seed in the cram, the choir answer. To send ya abandoned Abby, Embre Chemua, or Mumbre Chemua, still our moose. Say, I'm quite am homo. That is what we want to hear. Say, and if you want, he made mention of inflation rates rising to 23.8 in 24, surpassing the target. It is a one inflation rate. I was sura okoya na obaye. Okoya na obaye. Hey,
Chama.
Nti pato maybe make us akoyi di amagana for ehwe se ne wakan nyina no obere obedi eso na eso
how about uncapping
pato before
get fund for free
pato na me the manu be si wa na we osan me yeti asese Ghana ye de ka 726.7 billion Ghana cedi. That is 61.8, represents 61.8% of our GDP. Now GDP, that's how they cut this percentage. Okay, now buy. So which means that I know China say MPP4 shouldn't tell us anything. They shouldn't even be crying over spilt milk because must sell mine. And somebody has come to help salvage the situation. Out of this amount, the government had the cut in arrears of 67.5 billion. 21 billion contractors contractors. And the question is, how are they going to pay this money? Then we are a press conference. More my can say,
let me be say, so get fund, one copy get fund at the year because get fund said they're not Dr. Amin Ekan for infrastructure.
No, then Dr. Amin get fund on TRC. Uncle 1996, 97. Ora Aruna Idrisimu call strike no. And then I get fund there. Get fund is Ghana Education Trust Fund. And here the support education. And here say and you see structures in the various schools, any universities, and school are dying. So when it comes to the point, say the school fees and I say the to in your school for it's not the same thing.
So why
it's Ghana Education Trust Fund.
Why don't you keep that one and beat the because some people were also thinking say COVID-19 fund no. Yeah, you rename it. Nanka whatever will come from that 1.1%, no, and yet said you get fund at the year VAT so you national health insurance levy also Nanka I think 1% of your friends and so no friend no be a free SHS fund.
Patu maybe
one of them then you leave get fund to do what it does.
No, but let me say get fund. Then you see sometimes when say you can't baby. Get fund is not meant for only infrastructure in schools. Yes, let's go back and see history behind the get fund for me. It was NDC government under Rollins at Amus, where Prophet Amus and Educate Fund by to support education. Now education saying we have issues with their free fees now. Government is absorbing anything tuition fees, textbooks no. So if you have get fund, why should you go to a different place?
Get fund as it is.
Yes.
Get fund as it is.
Yeah,
apart from infrastructure, CCR get fund as it is.
And what they did, you see, maybe Orakin Funata a capino. What they simply mean is that said 100 in Ebema because they cap no when you're 60, now 40 acco the main budget. And these are the things that are contributing to the leaking into we are near can say exactly into ye cap in everywhere. Then you charge get fund on VAT. from the various shops and importer. Full amount you say this amount eba. Don't forget some of the get fund use as collateral ADG loan, Dachi bond.
And only you have securitized 40% of
exactly
1.5
billion for 10 years. Yes, and the also Emma says can no few amount eba it goes into paying the interest and amortized amount no. In Tamasika and until the car, almost all the structures they couldn't pay them. Get fund is still owing them. Near can say the cap when you cap nephew. Now full amount we absorb the Dachi bond interest next year. A hono or up to 4 years we'll be getting more than 4.1 billion out of it.
Okay, so that money that amount I'm going to get now. And it is not as if say it is not as if say Sasikano na Emma Ghana Futumu. Eba Ghana Futum. Sasikano. You're uncapena. Dear Nasasikano. What will make up for it?
In Sasikano, question obviously say 8 years na year is that's the bleeding. That's the stealing. Look, let me tell you something. Time Rwanda, President Chiniba, now omo tax to GDP was only 6.5%, which is below far below Nigeria. I say South Africa at least we doing 25% of our GDP. Say Ghana ye nam 13.4, and do 14 po. Only near 6. Oba while increasing it from 6 to anything, it's the same 6, 7 now. But you say, oh, you waste no everywhere. And see, you waste now. That is where you see, say, that 4.1 billion anchor. And then the friend is free secondary school. No. Anchor, Echo Hona, we don't know what in particular it was used for. No.
So you are telling me, sir.
And
you are telling us, let me see if I understand.
Let me land in you. And don't you know, we are going to make sure we are physically disciplined. That is the waste now. Can one say?
Your expenditure, no. Or any will agree with your fiscal your friend is saying
responsibility act no.
So there may be some say the whole country is say per your understanding of uncapping we say no. Sir Sikana was no after sitting down carefully to study no. Sikana eko no na eko waste anyway.
Exactly.
And shut down koya de bia ye betimi de ani ehunu. Into know what it means is that say in there will get a specific job for exactly. This cano. Into know because the ama me business are there and say before if more 2 billion I won't spend it on free SHS. No the same person the same person or what by Musisia or sister 2 billion on fan comma free SHS no or be uncappy get fund obenya saying free SHS more.
From the analysis, no, a ye cap ni free don't forget say some of those funds.
You been about 3 billion.
No, 4.1 billion.
4.1 billion. And that will be injected in free SHS.
And you no pay me ba. I say some of these, if anything, some of these funds already by the time you have to submit annual reports on them. What you say, like the minerals income fund. Petroleum revenue fund and all those things. To get funds, so reports now. By time ye call you know. If you do the analysis, we say ye cap ni free will be getting extra. No, already get fund has a purpose. That she bond say ye into 4.1 billion ye extra funds. That's so if you cap ni free what you say. And when I hear this free secondary school this year, the budget for the free secondary school is 3.5 billion. In Jebeka and then okay say. Kinagati for 4 textbooks on my amount about 56 million. A primary school funds another 4 set of textbooks. Now my JHS funds 9 set of textbooks. In every Sasikana, you can want them.
Yes, because
the whole thing is about being disciplined.
They say may a friend saying a self-appointed minister of discipline.
Exactly.
And I will be what Tina make us say a Jumana ya share the finance minister can say sector ministers
be a mechanism.
She say what we are going to do is that the let's just say they all call the coin near approve no. Yeah. Quite a fast or better perform Papa Yamanaka only
quick one. Don't say manifestos. Oh yeah. Before wow be sector ministry do back akoto no. Yeah, we are picking crops of can we reading manifesto. That is what you have brought on board, your input.
Yes.
Until all back mostly or more on be ready on behalf budget or manifestos on behalf of the political party no. Baby be reading no portion no and I say sector no be ready on way. And one ministry now so na de be ma no.
Tina make say NDC for a People's Manifesto. They now modern crowdfunding toto ano. People's Manifesto. You went to the people. The people told you something based on which ODA input. It has been approved now. How do so? What the people expect from
you come and do it.
But I would play my bishops. Oh
no, so
what's relate, you know? But I said, maybe be boom man.
Yajuma na yeye wakaswa kwa so wili bakwa no mpese obintine eho na me.
Nti ojuma be a e ma contract o. Na nko mpese omoje.
Omuntu
min. Senya ora fo nko na ne o.
Omuntu min kan so ajuma no se ekoye.
Ba still na wo ye.
Ntine o site ho no mo hwet se. Ajuma no ya.
Na na se wanya hwi se wanya road contract. Ghana Post
me contract subcontractors
no meaning pa
movie na said misika kama mo fa na ade mama Mfa wade mama.
Wade obeti wade.
Adwene ro ha o he pa de da bo bi. Na nipa do da komo obi na fe nipa nso de konkwatiri konko. Na o hwe adwuma na dima ban fo ekura de nka mo de kakra kai maame a. Na me ko fa boys no mo ya se ka be na me yo ka kwata kwata. Nze da mo obi no so da mo obi no so akodi na ti na ja abeju unema na ja odi dire ti ehwe ya ayaro ho ayaro ho oyo ha dejuma na mo ye ka budget ni na me gina wiem ana ma sha mai me che na me ti aka we ni ma tiemu ha m kakra ni me ba mi nya me modi tie kakra dem tie le beka ho asem na dem nim se beka ho asem mo
nti se do bi wo say e levi COVID
but no one to some kind maybe some kind
na we chire
COVID tax no oba kan
o ka say ti me ba in fact somebody MFA a screenshot e dey abro
o say kind
I know screenshot dey mama me oh musu mare mi me phone so ye we na bi a o so mo hear me
man this one can say o say ya abolish betting tax, smoke tax, then now but COVID 11 COVID ya manka ho. Ya manka ho. So main it was so we have bridge version. So there
page 48.
Also there.
Okay, 167. Also there. The page no item 167.
Paragraph 172.
Okay, to say Ghana's effective VAT rate is about 22%. This is because Get Fund levy of 2.5%, National Health Insurance levy of 2.5%, and COVID-19 levy of COVID-19 of
172.
172.
What time?
172 no. Okay, any all kind of man.
Mr. Speaker, the parameters for the VAT reforms. Let's speak about reforms.
Yes.
Which will be completed this year will include abolishing COVID-19 levy.
Okay.
Paragraph
172.
In isolation because a VAT component, you know, until kind of VAT reforms, you know. But also 11 other ones, they are stand alone taxes.
Okay, so what there? So you should be happy. Can na be kan wanya nkan so bia ye ba kan for Stella
meme titi ye no
Stella
all my summary na manti COVID-19 tax abolish meme nim sa abrofu we nim se na mutimi yo mo niema omo wi obaka
Mr. Speaker, the parameters for the VAT reforms which will be completed this year will include will include reform. Reform is different from abolishing.
No, the kind I know will include.
Will include reform.
Yes.
Okay, will to include abolishing.
Yes.
Start letter now, kind of. We love letter, other kind. Start.
Dear Mr. Speaker.
But no,
Mr. Speaker, the parameters for the VAT reform, which will be completed this year.
Thank you.
Will include
the VAT reform no ebeko parliament. And can we
the parameters no.
The beko no. And that they all kind will include enti omo approve budget we here. Na VAT reform you fan call approve here. You still pay the COVID VAT. COVID levy. Please, let's continue.
But the what they come in didn't ya say.
No, I agree with him.
And ye to say there. We will abolish. We will abolish. And I will say, no, watch them. Odi can't cheer him 1/6. We say one. Actually, VAT, no percentage.
It's a component.
And it's 22%.
You want to VAT reform. Now VAT reform. No, almost the back of parliament. And it's that your kind budget. Your kind idea. This is a VAT reform. Not called. Omo ye wia parameters na from kwati fi mu a na fe na it is our budget we there ye yi COVID-19
and the budget will
go to parliament
for approval
there be experimental
kwa secondary school boko the bro for no kan ye kan bro for tintino ye kan no ye tie mu points na wo mu no what parameters no I VAT reform no I do about parliament no ye be hwemu e be include na ade na nya maye o si ye bro
but make us no me
but therefore me say ade na ye nyim free ho o da ye what do say ye free fine
make us say every tax and the way we administer the tax
so
we no
he's agreeing with me
yes.
And budget
no I told you say
you pass budget where we are you need VAT in free ho
but it is it's part of the VAT reform no
the budget has captured the VAT reforms. The VAT reforms no dey be specifically number 1 abolishing
of COVID-19.
It is omo budget we say to ma VAT abolition VAT inclusive
the be I could do on campus ko no e wi aya bat receipt no be hu say COVID no she ho e she ho o ko na say wa ka na say your mama do a year front untua ya to aso o bebre wo ho mo ka sa me ba na me to di mo so
o ba en fa na to di wa ko to aja ho hwe o duma usuro se eje aba na keep we ya ma na be kan kan se me ba
o be ko campus ke ekodidi me kwa kope Davi Gobe.
Wo ko bi da.
O se.
Ye koda. Nti nya se.
Afere bia imadu me kwa da se. Onu answer me.
O ko do David wa untia wa.
David ko tia ba to for obeti part.
Gobe ntia wa. And I work big go do cover ye ntia.
Maybe priority avenue overhead na se. Me ko compare yan kan say Indomie. Wa mama VAT receipt bia.
Na Indomie awi an say di Indomie.
Okra ya dia o kan say Indomie awi. By
Indomie.
Indomie
we dey make public like. I hear for the ton Indomie awi. Mon kan say ani Indomie ala do ya to. First get ti bon pato na ti bom ye di. Le zo male Indomie. Mama
overhead na say Doris ukọ wa.
For no sina me phone line.
There too so biem. There's something I've come to realize. In this budget, we make a tell and say enkoyi.
Okay.
Yes, there are a few things in there.
Okay.
But to say taxes here flow. Say I'm free.
So you are, but are you not happy about it?
Me send it
You are supposed to be happy. Send it.
And let me say, yes, we said when we were in power, we said by the end of last year, and this year, no, me na ebetwem. And so yeah, farmer. But the good thing they say, yes, in the same thing. We all said it. But me Kasa about baby, I didn't know kind. And also me president. We drew her. The budget is read in the name of the president, not the vice president nor the friends, the person reading the budget. In this budget, don't be happy. Yes, yeah, you me obini horse and momo cheme. I use momo to pay almost everything. And they say yeah everywhere many aji. But the me yan say a man for be any aji ne or china omo rebel. And I'll tell you why. Ghana ha, if it be economic growth. GDP no I can a man for say if I so this no. You say omo kan. The growth no as at December no. In fact, we're expecting 7 point. In budget, no can yes 4 point something. 5.7, 5.9. Was it 7 or 9?
5.7.
5.7. Ghana under Kufuor the free so no. Now call a free. Mahama economy 3 point something. Or the cost 7 at the 1 point.
Most of these things in Ghana, the measure. Say the measure we na in Susan so no. Enko Ghana for square.
Yo, but the good thing is we were growing as at the end of December 5.7. And now, in fact, you call problem move, you call COVID move, Russia, Ukraine. I'm at 2022. Be in the sea of Chroma, inflation cut. Be to MFA could try and profit a cola. See, I cost a call IMF to say 2 hono. As at the time we're living, even though World Bank cracker say you acquire 3 point something. A Kufuor it's media call 5.7. That means we are on the highway. Me say your friends debt to GDP a free 80. Omo come 80. A free 80 about 61.
That's not true.
61. 61 no. Muja 20.
56.
I know Muja 56. No, Pato, you can't do that. Pato, you can't do that. Ade, you point me.
Na, yeah, we are no.
6.
Just ade over 2.
I say budget ya kai. See, and I'm telling you, the things that we're expecting, na da kwa so highway. Papa eba o se ka Ghana economy do o break it. Or say at the end of the year grew 5.7 on the back 4.
Baba you grow for yen chichem
was it 4?
At the
end of the say na galamsey ya jai. Galamsey guzu. Ona kwa guzu na makoti eze otu oside.
Hello. Yes I'm back. Good evening for our friend.
Erade yankopo.
Your friend na kwasi the perfect Tantra Hill.
Na kwasi from Tantra Hill yetiu.
Me bojafoni nyina omunye ku no muntie
obobetie ododo
wahu atoforcing Dr. Atoforcing and the budget no reading ye no wahu I said I'm time am go school now what's your letter now they am wa down for say on come our girlfriend or class say what trouble for you ha or say we will we will abolish emission levy.
Emission levy.
On motor vehicle. What? Brofo no tro ye no. Ekasa brofo ne kasa. No, kan brofo na. No on stress of brofo no what ti ase. Ade o ye no ti ase. We will
abolish it.
Motor insurance
or see we will insurance. There be emission tax, insurance tax,
on the motor vehicle insurance
absolutely. Into better side insurance taxes now was on better free. VAT now was no. VAT now was no me free.
Matthias here. Argentina all fan koshe your first road working na car insurance na kasa no omu enye compulsory Argentina
Mentiase de obisan mentiase
yo o say VAT no motor insurance le boa insurance na da motor no so no be yefre so no boa
da binya insurance da motor so no VAT na da so okotua insurance VAT da so no ukotua insurance ayetel VAT utua VAT no se sa VAT na ukoto insurance utua no obeye free
na me so me pattern say saka me mato me car na me kotua insurance na insurance o de VAT ato so usu ye free so car na kasa mato no car na motor and you compulsory say some insurance to so.
O person can you insurance mu.
One time, it shouldn't be compulsory.
Mate, no young come over Frenchly. Yeah, that's a man to pay for, bra. Say, Semina Makotom Kai, born him, is it your die? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, really, I mean, the Masinimu post down me is very interesting.
Yeah, that was
now, Masamina say, your friend saying, Minia or Marie. What dear? I'm so I confused. Somehow, I present. Oh, better.
Olani breaky. Hello. Line in yet, Timpacho. Yeah, Utmi Frebio and Tanya.
But they're not quite an insurance as seven. Wouldn't say, and Ghana, I am Rassel Toka. Your insurance, a miracle compulsory. But whole life, no. One can sound life while the two on insurance anyhow. And they're opa, health insurance, opa, and maybe anyhow. And truly, Madame Hubako, Meka, no course of the Biana course of and now, yeah, check up. And I'm just check up the second music. I say, oh, can't no to check up me. Now, who health now? Who are talking no health? They won't find check up. And it's true. Ghana hano your dog.
In fact, premium.
No, that's a.
It is about the Benya.
But one can sound health now. That be I think 6 months be a bonus check up. Your franco. We have insurance now.
Say insurance now. I buying a force your money to
your castle.
And yeah, or drink your car on chain.
That's it.
My football man. So interesting conversation. Who didn't for cover free?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. But you didn't for cover free.
Melende Alaji Shedu. Because actually, Guaquago.
Yo, Alaji too.
Masamba, American say, Mahama, say, what is it in your tax nation, sir? Every before. Wama, in energy. Because vetting tax, vetting, no much more tax. You love you, how much wafale, how much. Let Mama Bera, will you say here if you suma? You could bear her. I don't know, fella. A woman, Lindy. A woman, a more young. Papa, I had you. Who bear betting ties? I would use that. You live with his car. You live, you'll be Chinese summer or mammy of a Gaza. No, whatever get that. Well, you know you are. What a can which is why I did it. More young.
What?
Bye bye.
What? I say Munya de Moyano. Na and yet. Hello, but you didn't for free.
Good evening.
How about it too?
Maybe the answer never get a finance minister divided. Any idea? I did about one, I can say, you know, the candidate. I hope, sir, I don't know. Because that is, yes, me really be not paid. Yes, I'm a contractor, who say, it's a little and say, comedy of Momutan or Musica. Any idea, intimate problem. The Omo can Mundi Super Pepe. And I mean, I never found me a near my prizes. Commodities near the man, some of the tax be also. Cement is it, and so on. And to say,
Miss Reda CP, you will be confirmed say prices of goods and services. Or mention BB at Chese, a Becosra and a Beba form. Mamma for last call and actually, I'm sorry. Hello?
Kwakwa Jehu Super.
Nanaya from Tabora.
Patu Neme. Mami Moa also. Na Yira, Jatin Pepon could be a UTO. The Chiana Papa and Yamami Shapira Mohammed, incoming woman organizer. On the Flociano. Batu Yira at 240. Aya NDT for no more Ghana for Sabian, who you any cost through. Patu.
Metiopa.
Na nya na omo ka che say university fair student number ni free. Anya omo na kan.
But say na so budget no kan ho asem.
Pato makopia 7,000. Ene me ba
ya de wa omo so omo de wa de be ma o.
Enya da ben
1st April obeje wa de.
Pato ya nya nkola
ompe.
Enti da bi nipa mpempem na
omo obeje ana onje.
Me kwaje wo he.
Ya se ya de wa de be ma o.
Ana me se me ba ayi wo station one obeje ana se me kofa na.
Ti baby a utua nana ya. We dey say omo no maka. First April ko. Se o san kan nana ba jo uti.
Ya friend April fool. O say April.
Pato.
April fool dey no.
Nana you tell me. Nana you tell me.
Oh, first April.
Nana you tell me. On say budget dia ye ready after na parliament for be call nyina na moye like they will debate on it until approve and by this month it will be effective 1st April me 1st April it will be effective and I feel so baby a wo tua ye no say u call Legon and I say tech and I say use ya we call G e wo school ho no because the money will be paid back to them you say wa ye buy no this are fair budget and e shame say Sikana mutu ya no we are paying all of you back for the first day students.
Pato.
Nana.
E ba to alo tene kasa no.
Mia.
Me ko ni fi akoje.
Pato me fi wa. Me nye beza. Pato me nye beza why? My due school fees no.
But said Mike what they very mischievous.
Oh. Na April first. First April.
Pato in the budget the allocation. Sika ye dey see for that thing. No, Chairman.
But on a serious note, I can say miniality. If say 1st April, and then you are asking the students.
No, me can't say no. The budget will be effective on the 1st of April.
The 1st of
because
April.
March, but near year, no, 8 billion, no, last year, no.
And so Parliament has
Parliament
to tax to make sure that
that is what they do all the time. Approve before 31st.
Apart from tax, we exam year no. And never board bibia ni ho a kyerɛ se bibi petrol from cement from doctor from there is nothing
chama enye aban note e wo bibi so na se me kɔ ne anje me vat
say vat da ne we no e
chama jai
press we akufu akɔ na electricity o akufu ada akɔ na electricity say some da call forces press what na vat da so eba electricity nothing will reduce. Absolutely. Ebisia.
We are propaganda. Say me crowd.
No, say Ebisia.
No, I didn't know say we are propaganda. No, me
we are
national device.
Enter me kind of question. Enter me kind of question. I say mama go. Bibia ni was what?
Jai we ma benga.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Bibia ni was what? Bibia ni was what? Okay, wait, but what now? Petrol
na me Kasa yet to me manage economy
cement
stable stable
nothing absolutely nothing and never bo mom na be koso do ba hwe
first April dey tresan
dabi om the kan say first April
me see your budget no
we think first April day no mahama so be tiamuka
the budget
dey
me need the kwako say
ana twemu wi
Chama,
I didn't know. Oh, yes, next time, Michelle.
Me can't look.
Original TV, Ghana ye Dini.
Hi, your friend Nana Dubois Richard. A book was said to be at 9 o'clock and a pack of 12 o'clock. Send us to the original FM 91.9 and also original TV. Na yenshia ye tuntum awrade nyankopon ye tuntum ne wia ye be so ade kakra ye so ade wia ye be so ade ne se o Zoom class ne so be ba so sene so e ho na me ma omre na oba Zoom na oba search adofo e wo TV so eno de e be boa papa ne ahwese na awotwi e den kra na e be koso abrabo ni original gospel mix na jumedi ni din dia na unim se e ye bubruja e be shirechira na pejao na moni age ofi ne das.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello.
Please, next time, can you put it in a dustbin?
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll not do that again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Girl, how are you?
I'm fine.
I've really missed you.
I've missed
Look at how
you
she's
too.
looking so fabulous. I know, right?
Thank you. Auntie Naya.
Yes, dear.
Uncle Kofi.
Yes, dear.
All you've been teaching me about sanitation, I've been teaching my friends at school, and it has been absolutely great.
Really? Wow. That's a great impact you're making now.
Sure.
Keep it up, girl.
Okay.
Sure.
Auntie Naya.
Yes, dear.
I need to tell you something.
Go ahead.
If we want to be successful as a people, we need to be aware of the importance of sanitation.
That's true.
That's true. You're right, Amma.
Yeah.
You're right. That's true. Naya, do you know sanitation is so important and crucial in our society?
Yes, Kofi, and I thank God for Kids Sanitation IQ, which you can also just say KSIQ. It's an important show that you don't need to miss it.
Kids Sanitation IQ. That's a great show. I understand the show has been designed for the kids to educate the public on some special sanitation categories.
I know, right? And I learned they will also educate the public on sanitation for environmental and community development.
I also understand they would educate the public on sanitation for educational development.
Wow.
Yeah.
Education, you say?
Oh, God.
Wow.
Right.
It is amazing. They also have sanitation for health development.
Oh, health
and
development.
Sanitation for corporate.
Corporate and health, Nana.
Don't play.
This one will intrigue you. I understand this kit will educate the public on sanitation that benefits the needy.
The
Isn't
needy,
it
you
amazing?
say?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Oh, God.
Don't miss this
You
show.
don't have to miss the Kids Sanitation IQ show.
To participate in this contest, please call 0209 300 300, 0209 300 300 for an audition. Don't miss the KSIQ show. Be there.
Original TV, Ghana ye dieni.
Lucky man. Lucky man. Ooh, lucky I'm not. I'm telling you, babe. Lucky, honey, love me for the heart's sake. Oh please, right now I'm smoking, oh babe. The look in your eyes makes me feel cold in my heart. I cannot lose you, man. Oh please, I give me mommy, I'm not okay. Bad boy wants to know. Please just give me your attention, oh mommy, I'm not okay. Bad boy wants to know. I'm here crying. more to get ideas. She knows I'm here, and I got to love for this girl. She made my tears dried from my eyes. So damn, I don't wanna waste time to make you my wife. Oh no, baby. Oh please, I give my love. Talking to you on my mind. Can't deny I'm in love. My heart is aching. Please don't tell me I know you wanna look in my eyes and show me your way. I think that I am bad. You don't want me, I'm not okay. Bad boy, I want to know. Please give me your attention. You want me, I'm not okay. Bad boy, I want to know. No think that I am bad. You don't want me, I'm not okay. Bad boy, I want to know. Please give me your attention. You want me, I'm not okay. Bad boy, I want to know. So baby, no, girl, I need your love. Oh, there you go. Girl, I need you more. Oh, baby, no, I need your love. So there you go. Girl, I need you more. Oh, please, I give my love. Talking to you on my mind. Can't deny I'm in love. My heart is searching. Please don't tell me I know you wanna look in my eyes and show me your way. Judge. Ladies and gentlemen, so many people around, I don't know who loves me. I'm letting strangers in my house, but I don't know who hates me. You got your problems, but I get problems too. And where I am hated, to go there I don't let you. So I give up, I surrender. Oh, I go shut up, I'm done and I will not do no more. So I give up, I surrender. Oh yeah, shut up, I'm done and I will not do no more. Oh, slow, slow, go take them slow, slow. YOLO, in this life, YOLO. Slow, slow, go take them slow, slow. YOLO, in this life, YOLO. I fall in love and I almost lose my life. They get a car, but they one day for my bike. Never have I ever had that guy. When I dey alone, I dey alright. I cannot let all this pain weigh me down. Please set me free, make I wear my own crown. I cannot let all this pain weigh me down, 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 down. So I give up, I surrender. Oh, I go shut up, I'm done and I will not do no more. So I give up, I surrender. Oh yeah, shut up, I'm done and I will not do no more. Oh, slow, slow, go take them slow, slow. YOLO, in this life, YOLO. Slow, slow, go take them slow, slow. YOLO, in this life, YOLO.
Original TV, Ghana ye dieni.
Young mofra ye man. Abribia me kan se. Sa wo pese uhu sede wo hwe mofra wo man bi mu a. Hwempanyefo a e wo soro no. Eno ebe mu kwan a wo fa so de hwe mofra yɛn mofra yɛ man dwumadi ɛyɛ dwumadi bi a yɛahyehyɛ si yɛde bɛhwɛ mofra no education yɛde bɛhwɛ wɔn health ɛna afei wɔn spiritual well-being bibi biara ɛbɛma mofra akɔnkan nti kame ho na yɛnhwɛ na yɛnkasa ɛmfa mofra ho nneɛma ɛne atete a yɛde mofra ɛfɛ mu wɔn kamafo ne hena ɛhena no reka ama wɔn hwɛ ma me misa wo oba no ntetewe no ayɛ den ama wo anka wo benya nimodie wɔ ho a anka wo bɛpɛ ɛno nti no abribia mo wafiri no ɛnda ha na yɛntena ase na yɛsusu nsɛm ɛmfa yɛn mofra na yɛnwenwene yɛn ma ho yɛnwenwene mofra no ho ɛne ɔman no ho mofra ɛne ɔman bia fatem yɛn mofra yɛman
Original TV, Ghana ye dieni.
Adishmai ba no sia boy braso say ye de ensama wodo akoso e wo my Ghana ya se mu fatna se asone so ebeso mu enanwumre se kase bo original e wo original TV so afa ye je brena ye hwede e bedi mu akotene enne foto sanfo ka